going on, everyone? Welcome back to Two Guys Watching Football, where we are not just two guys, we're actually a bunch of guys watching football, and we're going to be watching the 20 – that's my creative branding around here. And we're going to be watching the 2022 NFL Draft. Nice little live watch party. We got 19 people in here already. Thanks for stopping in. Let's go around the horn and say hello to everybody. Kerry, what's going on, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, man. I'm glad to be tapped in with you guys. Ready to talk some ball, ready to talk some Ravens football. So let's get it going.
Let's go. And then my guy, the defensive specialist from the Fire Zone show, Denard. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, gentlemen? How are we doing today?
I think we're ready. I think we're finally ready. No more trades and strategies. No more.
Right.
And then finally, my guy, Dan Reese, the trade strategist himself. Dan, what's going on, man?
I'm doing great. Yeah, hope there's a lot of moves today, and then I can keep busy. So,
yeah, we're gonna put Dan to work on that. And joining us, my guy, Chris Aguilera. Chris, what's up, man?
What's going on, fellas? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, you sound good.
Yeah.
Cool. What's up? Good to see everybody.
Yes, sir.
We're just where to start? I think a good place to start is a topic that's been among we were just kind of talking about it before we started, but it's been kind of, there's rumors. I don't know how seriously to take any of these rumors, but there's rumors that EDC wants to move up. There's talk of Kayvon Thibodeaux slipping a bit. So, who wants to go first? Like, what do you guys think of Kayvon Thibodeaux and as a trade up option? What's your sense on that?
I'll go first. He's like a no-brainer guy. I'm usually not really on team trade up, but he's a dude that he's just dynamic, culture fit. The Ravens, they love guys who can think for themselves and who aren't robotic, like a lot of other teams kind of gravitate towards. We've seen them go after guys like Suggs who had those question marks. We got Marlowe right now who they just gave his own show, who's kind of a quirky guy and, does his own thing. So, and on the field, he has the highest ceiling out of anybody in this class. So it's a no-brainer for me.
I agree. And one thing that I tweeted about it the other day is, like, obviously Marlon has an entertainment geared personality. He likes to, he started the podcast with Ronnie and, he's animated. And I thought it was pretty cool that the Ravens were kind of like, rather than kind of pushing back on that, they're actually enabling him and supporting him. So in the context of being concerned about, I guess, distractions from football, the Ravens seem to be on the complete opposite end of the spectrum where they're encouraging it and supporting it. And I think it's a no-brainer. It's obviously great to see. I don't know why I don't get the old school mentality all that much. As long as you show up, you do the work, and you're not getting car washes during team meetings and team practices. That's where I draw my line. It's at the car wash line. But Kerry, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I think Chris laid it out as far as skill set, but we were talking about this yesterday. This guy is already a pro. I'm not worried about him being able to handle criticism, handle slow games, whatever the case may be. This guy has his head on tight, man. He's totally ready for whatever comes. I like that he has interest off the field. I think that's a good thing for somebody to be well-rounded. But I don't think that takes away from him being focused as a football player. And you see what he can do on the field. He's not just this freak athlete that doesn't bring anything from a technical sound standpoint, has strong hands, real physical dude, will play the run. If you can get up to 6'7", you guys were just kind of laying out what it would take picks wise. I think is a no-brainer, honestly.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And Denard, I'd love to get your opinion because you played high-level football. So, I know it's not the same as the NFL, but you still have to be focused at the level you played at. So, what's your kind of read on that from Thibodeaux?
Every man gets focused in their own way. And I have seen on plenty of teams where people are completely different, completely eccentric from what the norm is, quote unquote, to the team. And the guys love that guy more than they like just the random cat who does what everybody else does. That's the guy who they gravitate to because his perspective is different and unique. And that's part of this whole draft process, is learning about what he's not bringing on the field and off the field, but what is he bringing to the room? What is he bringing attitude-wise, personality-wise, all those things that some teams don't like to do that. I think that's why he may be tumbling, is because certain teams in the top 5, top 10 are still very conservative in their ideas of what players should be doing on and off the field. We have an organization here with the Ravens where they embrace the different personalities of different players.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, Ronnie Stanley, Ray Lewis, Ed Reeds, Shannon Sharp. We can go all the way down the line and find these type of personalities. The issue has been with the Ravens the last few years is that personality has been missing. And I think you need to continue to look for those type of people and bring them in the organization. If you've got that chance, I think this is one of those years you have to take it.
That makes sense. It's a good point, and it's kind of like I know I'm pretty sure everyone in here is a fan of Harbaugh. I know I am, but it's kind of like you can't really frame him as like a players coach and the players coach specialist, and then be afraid of him not getting like. And again, there's some situation. Oh, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's probably just mine. I might have to restart my internet. So
no worries. Yeah, no, I was. I just think like we can't be, I guess, afraid of adding guys. Like Harbaugh's the kind of coach where this shouldn't be a major issue to me, and it's kind of like you get situations like Earl Thomas where there's really nothing any coach could do about that. Like that's just someone completely disengaged and actively. If the rumors were true about telling corners I don't have your back and stuff, that's not like that's it's just so different than this situation. So, but you've heard Marcus Peters talk about the culture and how he found a home here and he's thrived under the Ravens. So, I mean, I just think it's one of those things where, and I've said it pretty consistently, it sounds like one of those things that's just a fun narrative for the media to run with. So you wonder how much of that's at play here. But
I think with Harbaugh, I think he learned from his mistakes. I think that window of 2016 to 2018 where the personality was Joe Cool, it didn't fly. It didn't give you the drive you needed to get over the hump. And I understand him needing a respite from Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and all Terrell Suggs and all those cats. But when you lose, I won't even say alpha because that's not even like the right term. But when you lose men in a room like that and then try to replace that with just continuity, you're doing this, and you saw the mess that was those opportunities in the playoffs where they should have beaten teams that they should have beaten and they didn't. And when you don't have those type of personalities in the locker room, you get the nonsense that happened with Tennessee the first time around. So you need those type of personalities that are going to bristle, but also make you compete.
Yeah, no, makes sense. And I see it. So do you guys have the street? Like, do you guys have the draft up on your TVs right now?
I'm sure they're doing introductions.
Because we're going to have to coordinate as the picks come in. Because what I've noticed is, I swear to God, because I'm up in Canada, I'm always 10 seconds behind, like on everything. It's just like, I remember me and Adam would be, when we were doing the post-game show for all those overtime games, because we'd get on stream being like, well, we'll start if the game's over, and we'd end up in overtime and watching the overtime together. And he would be like reacting, and I'd be like, well, you're spoiling it for me live here. It was always 10 seconds delayed.
All right, so
Like,
what's the clock at right now for you, Cole?
9:17.
Mine's at 9:12. So
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 seconds. Okay, so
Yeah, that's not too bad.
So just for the people in the chat, if you guys are like me, I hate the Twitter spoilers, so we won't be reading those often here. We'll just kind of we're going to kind of stick. The pick will come in on TV as the picks happen. We'll kind of talk about the players and then just kind of continue the conversation. We got like 3-4 hours together here. If anyone needs to go take a nap, I completely understand. And this is one of these situations where I want to ask you guys, because like in 2018, when the Ravens traded back and picked Aidan Hutchinson, so I was at a conference in British Columbia. So I'm like 5 hours west of here, and I was up north there during the day, and it's like dance time, so I'm like 3 hours behind. So my flight was at 7 o'clock BC time. So I get on the plane after the Aidan Hutchinson pick. Like, it literally had happened while I was boarding. I like chuck my phone. I'm pissed off. I sit on the plane, fly 2 hours, no cell reception or anything. I'm just annoyed. I open my phone, go to Twitter, and everyone's going nuts because they traded up for Lamar Jackson at 32. So I just feel like now that they've done it once, like I can't forget about the first round, because there's always that chance they can get back in there. I don't necessarily expect it, but it would be kind of sweet to get back into the first.
I mean, they certainly have the ammo to do it this year.
It really depends if they trade back on 14, I think.
Yeah.
If you trade back to like 16 and get both of, I think that's New Orleans.
Yeah.
At 16 and 19.
Yeah.
And then use 19 to maybe move back into like the late 20s to pick up your lost pick to the Saints. I'm just saying. Because then the Saints could jump up and maybe get themselves a nice fat receiver that the Eagles might steal before them. Just putting it out in the universe.
I like the idea of getting those two first from Green Bay. 22 and 28. You get a little Andy Booth Jr., you get a little Arnold Ebiketie. I'm just saying that's an option.
Oh, there are so many people that could be looking up, so many teams that could be looking to trade up. It's just a matter of how the board falls. Wide receiver wise is the big one, and whether there are players that we're interested in, don't want to trade back. But there's Green Bay, there's Kansas City, New Orleans moving up like 2 spots. The Cowboys could always want to move up because they're crazy.
So the rumor I heard today,
they've been talking a lot about moving up.
I went and verified this with someone that followed, and Chris saw it too, so I'm not just making this up. So I had heard that the Cowboys were very interested in Penning, and then someone that is in a group chat with Chris and I that has some connections there also confirmed that that's like a legitimate thing. So I mean, imagine us going from, oh my God, we don't want Trevor Penning at 14, to trading back, getting an extra second round pick, and then watching that team pick Trevor Penning. That's like, it couldn't be more polar opposite.
And that might have to be
Dallas
the move.
does that, they should be all fired.
I just like, he doesn't fit their scheme. That's why I was so confused about it and why I didn't really believe it. But like, if I'm thinking of whatever, if Dallas wants to go get a left guard or a center, it kind of like, it makes sense. It's a weak link on their line. They lost Connor Williams, blah, blah, blah. But like, you're going to go get like a tackle with leverage issues to come that struggles in space to come play left guard in a zone scheme. Like, it's just one of those things that doesn't really add up to me.
Yeah, if Dallas was coming up to maybe get Hamilton at 14, here you go.
Yeah, there's the Steelers. You can always think about them coming up for a quarterback. So there's just a lot of teams that may want to move up to our spot. It's interesting because I think a lot of Ravens fans think about 14 as kind of like a dead zone based off of what we're looking for. But I think a lot of teams could be very interested in the spot.
Did you guys see what Jeff Zierbeck just tweeted out?
Would you
Where
tweet?
he said,
No.
so it's nothing groundbreaking or anything, but he said that there are multiple reports saying that the teams that are willing to trade back are the Giants at 7, Seahawks at 9, and the Commanders at 11.
All makes sense, yeah.
Well,
I like
I can
that.
understand Washington not wanting to move back because there's just no quarterback that they covet at that point.
They
And
don't
they
need a
gave up
quarterback. They got
thirds.
Wentz.
Lord help us all. Stop that. Stop gaslighting them. It's too early.
But
I gotta
but
say
they
this.
did trade those thirds to get Wentz. So that's where in the, we'll call it this economy, if the rumors of cheaper draft compensation to move around are actually real, those are rumors. Who the hell knows? But if that's true, maybe you could unload some force instead of a third and get up to 11 and maybe grab a Jermaine Johnson or someone that's kind of slipping there out of the top 10. So, I mean, I love that.
All I gotta say is if Mr. Walker gets anywhere close to 5, we need to be banging on the door.
Well, the pick is in.
Yeah, the pick's in,
So
and this is supposed to be Trayvon. So
who does everybody think it is? I still think it's Aidan.
I
think it's
If they
Trayvon.
wanted to shock the world, they would go with Sauce. Go with Sauce.
I just feel like maybe this is stupid, but I feel like when the Vegas odds adjust, like I pay way too close attention to it. Like that's what I'm basing this in. Is like Vegas said.
Well, those are people dealing with real money, so they don't mess around.
Right.
So
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you're gonna make a bet, that's the bet to
I'm
make.
going Walker, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
They're stepping up here. Let's see.
Yeah, he's about to announce it on mine.
Is he getting booed? There it is.
You guys got it?
Trayvon Walker, University of Georgia, 1 overall. So what? I mean, we all talked about him for a while. So what do you guys think about Trayvon Walker?
I love him. If
Chris, you were on him early too. You were Dane Brugler early.
Yeah, I love him. I was like, I if you would have told me 2 months ago he was going number 1, I would have been like, you're crazy, because like the lack of production, and then I just thought they would fall. I just thought the NFL would, be obsessed with that, like they usually are. How they're always obsessed with the lack of production. And I didn't think they would embrace a dude like this. And I mean, I'm happy that they did, because it's like, all right, is the NFL actually catching on now that it's not all about stats, and that you could actually watch tape and see what this dude is doing and know that he's in a scheme that doesn't allow him to just do what Jermaine Johnson did and just rush, 50 times a game. So it's pretty cool to see him go so high and the NFL actually embrace someone who has the profile that he has.
The first time I saw him on tape, I needed him. Like, he's the one on Georgia's defense that popped out on me. Like, he was that dude. He was the one that was making all the plays with one-on-one in the phone booth type stuff. Like, everyone else was gaming around him and twisting and doing this, doing that. That man get a one-on-one, he gonna be real.
And the Lions wasted no time. Their pick is in, so we already know who this is.
Hutchinson, right?
They wasted no time.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. If it's not Hutchinson and if it's like a quarterback or a corner, where does Hutchinson fall at that point? To the Giants? Jets? Ooh.
Oh, did you guys see Josina Anderson's tweet on the Ravens?
No.
What is it?
She said a source as of an hour ago, as far as the Ravens first round pick, 50-50 right now as far as a trade or no trade, 60% to move back, 40% to move up. So pretty much what we would expect.
Three-way split.
You know what? I'm a 50% chance I'm gonna go get a steak sandwich in about 20 to 30 minutes, depending on if it's cooked or not in the next 40 to 60. Woman.
See, so I just checked with my sources, and it's more 64.
64-36.
Yeah. You know what's embarrassing?
But getting back to my point,
26.
where does Hutchinson fall if the Lions don't take him?
I could see the Jets getting him.
I feel like the Jets is a no-brainer, and I didn't even really like Hutchinson that much, but
well, they have bigger issues on the offensive line than they do with pass rusher. Oh.
Denard is like 20 seconds ahead of us.
Okay, so he's just about to announce here.
I'm not saying anything. I'm watching the ESPN feed on my computer, so it's like.
Oh, okay, there you go. Hutchinson. Yeah, but that makes sense. Aidan Hutchinson goes number 2 to the Lions. I mean, they ran that card up as fast as humanly possible. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like that pick for them, though.
We got Mike. Look at Mike. We got Mike in the comments.
So here's my question for you guys. Are you guys, either of them, like really like franchise changers? Like, I just almost feel bad for these guys, these teams that have won the first and second pick this year.
So I'll go back to Walker
really
because
who you got?
I am lower on Walker than Denard and Chris, but the potential that he possesses is stupid. Like just the things he was able to do, like the things he did to Dare Rosenthal and Darian Kennard, like are they okay to this day? Like the things that he did to them with his long arm was rude. It was reckless. I think he has character concerns. So I mean, that's like, if you're able to really develop his pass rush ability, it's going to be like all pro potential. No, like, is that crazy to say? I genuinely think it's all pro potential.
I mean, look at the baseline that he has, just with the violence and the strength that he has. That's just the baseline. So that's what you're getting as the floor. So then when you add in the athletic testing and, you know, what coaches and maybe a different scheme even will be able to do for him, that could unlock so much potential in him. And look at what we saw from Devontae Wyatt at the Senior Bowl when he was just able to hunt. Like,
you know who we...
Go ahead, Denard.
No, I was saying, you know who Walker reminds me of? Sean Merriman.
Lights out?
Just physical, just... angry at the point of attack, just angry when he got on the field, angry when he ate his sandwich.
The big thing about Walker, though, and this is the what do you call it? I guess the risk is like production does matter. So I mean, there is that piece to it. But if you're obviously the Jags saw in Trayvon Walker is that they just don't care and they see enough of projectable traits. He's got all the projectable traits in the world. But it is scary when you see that pass rush win rate chart between college and NFL, and you see how correlated it is. That was definitely the biggest, like, okay, what the hell? But again, you have to convince yourself that you saw enough to, and I think we all did see that. Like, we all saw that type of potential in Walker. So I think that makes sense too.
The pick is in for the Texans. I feel like this is where the draft really starts, because I feel like 1 and 2, it was going to be Walker, Hutchinson, Walker, whatever. But I think this is where the draft really starts right now.
Yeah, because you can see them go a couple different ways. I picked Stingley here, but you could see them go with one of the offensive linemen. You could see them go KT. I mean, you can see them go a multitude of directions with this pick. And like you say, it could start a run, whether it be the offensive tackle run. If they take Stingley or Sauce, then people that are looking
They're gonna
for
take a quarterback wide. Take the cat out of Pitt.
It's not Davis Mills season for you.
Take that cat out of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting pick, man.
Who do you guys think they take? I think they take Icky.
I think Neal. One. I thought Evan Neal.
I think somewhere on the offensive line it's got to be.
But to Chris's point, Icky's a good fit for probably what they're going to ask him to do at right tackle, because he's likely because they still have Tunsil, right? So,
but they've lost a lot of outside pass rush, so this could be Thibodeaux.
Could be Thibodeaux.
It could be, yeah.
It really depends. Like, would you rather? Like, you're probably not going to get one of the tackles at 13, because that's the thing. They pick right before us again at 13. So are they going to go? Do you go O line and hope like an edge or defensive player falls, or do you go the opposite? So I mean, I would probably go O line. I would think, just given the top 10 defensive players. Hope that the run on wide receiver starts. Kind of what we're hoping for.
It could be Sauce too.
But who's their head coach?
Lovey, right?
Yeah, Lovey.
Yeah.
And Lovey supposedly loves Stingley. That's what I went with Stingley based off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to think if he has the power. We don't know if he does.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the question.
But if he's building like a Chicago team, he's doing back to front, not front to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
out he comes. Denard's going to find out in about 3 seconds.
Someone's going to be happy.
All right, what is it going to be?
Derek Stingley, cornerback out of LSU. That man crushed his pro day. I think that's the big story with Stingley. He needed that pro day to come in and just show I'm going to be ready for training camp. Because if you're like, we've talked about this with a number of guys, when you're not able to, like, that's kind of the injury risk, right? It's that, if he had that foot issue that was going to keep him out long into the summer, even though they're building for the future, it's still going to be something that might push him down your board. But I don't know. Like, people can talk about his performance last year. I actually went and watched, and though I don't know a ton about cornerback play, like, there was nothing that happened last year that looked any like egregious to me in his actual play. It was just that he ended up getting hurt. So I mean, I think his stats, he allowed like 3 catches or something. Like, it just wasn't. I don't know. It seemed like first round corner play to me.
And he was playing with a broken foot too. I feel like people bury that so much.
Right.
Like in the big media, they bury that so much. And he was playing with a damn broken foot.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, when you do what he did in 2019, man, I'm sorry, you get a lot of grace with me. And he hasn't even done anything to like really, really drop his stock except for get hurt. You know what I mean? But when you play at the level he did as a freshman, you earn a lot of grace with me off of that.
I just worry about their system. Like, I worried about Queen in their system. I know corner is a little bit different, but you're still dealing with the same issues. So I know he's a raw talent, but you still get jacked up out there with terrible coaching.
Yeah,
terrible scheme.
What do we think the Jets do? Do we think they go tackle right out the gate? Because they're kind of in a situation like us with tackle where, like, Becton and Fant sounds fine. Like, that's a good starting duo. But are they going to take a guy that can slide into guard in year one if everything's going right? It's actually eerily similar to the Ravens. And that's kind of why I think, Neal and Icky make a lot more sense than Cross does. But then again, you don't really know what's going on with Becton because it's been such a weird storyline.
Yeah, that's a tough one too, man.
I think you need wide receiver, personally.
Yeah.
And then they pick a 10, so like, do they wait? Or it's kind of the same thing we just talked about with the Texans. What position would you be willing to risk the wait on? Or do you just stay true to your board and get the best player and figure it out at your next pick?
I think they go Icky and then London.
Ooh.
That'd be a hell of a duo.
Yeah. I went wide receiver with them in this mock at 4 just because if you don't take one here, then at 10, you're probably having to choose the second or maybe even the third.
The third, yeah.
As opposed to at 4, just take your guy.
Right.
Because I feel like the Panthers are probably going to take one, don't you think?
I hope.
The Panthers and the Falcons.
Yeah.
I'm praying. That's
Falcons seem locked in for one. And then Carolina, I've been hearing Robbie Anderson trade rumors the last couple of days, so you never know with them.
That would be possibly the cat from USC, Drake. If he's there, if they want to get rid of Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
I wonder what Robbie Anderson's contract is to take on in a trade.
Well, let's go to the board.
That's why we got Dan here. Dan.
The pick is in for the Jets.
I like Robbie.
I still would knock on the door with AJ Brown. I'm banging on the door like, what do I need to do? I have a short little dude I give right to you and a 3rd round pick. You got Tannehill, you got that big arm. You can't outthrow that, you little dude. Don't do that. I'll take your 6'4" monster and just throw back shoulders to him all day. Hey, you need a $100 million contract? We'll figure it out.
That's amazing.
So Robbie's deal is pretty nice for the new team. It'd only be $1 million for the new team.
Damn.
But it'd be pretty rough for the Panthers. They got $10 million this year, a bonus, and $10 million next year bonuses. So depending when the trade went through, it would accelerate
this year.
If they accelerated it quick, or if they traded quickly, yeah. If you did a post June, then it wouldn't be until next year. So you could do a post June trade.
It would really depend if he wants out. I guess is if he wants to be gone.
I mean, it depends on the quarterback situation, I'm assuming.
It better not be Baker.
Really well here. I don't know.
It better not be Baker if he's got anything to say about it.
Jeez. I feel like that might be a spot for Jimmy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Give him a fresh start.
It is crazy how many quarterbacks are floating around that still could be traded. There's like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
Do you think the Steelers stick with Mitch?
To start with, I think they're going to draft one at 20, and I think they'll start Mitch starting off, and then whenever the rookie is ready, they'll throw him in there.
Jeez, I just don't see that type of quarterback who's going to walk into the AFC North and compete with the 3 that are there.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
That's why I thought they might be in the Russell Wilson deal.
If Willis is at 20, or if they have to trade up for him, I think he's the only one that makes sense because to me, like you said, in this division, I think you just got to take the biggest swing you can take at quarterback to try to match it. Yeah, you got to just take the biggest swing you can.
Here we go. Here's your first curveball.
Oh, please be a kicker.
I just saw it on Twitter.
Just get off Twitter, Cole.
I didn't say it. I just won't say it.
See,
that's nuts to me.
I had him going to New York, just the wrong team.
That is nuts to me. Corner.
I thought the Giants would definitely pick him if he was there. So
the Giants are sitting there picking whoever they want out of the O-line group.
And they're gonna pick a D tackle.
Yeah, they're going Jordan Davis.
right up that path right there.
So 2 edge, 2 corners.
Man,
that's looking good for us to have
I have to trade up for Icky right now. I will trade up to for Icky right now.
Yeah, this fell real nice for the Giants.
It's falling nicely for the Ravens right now too.
Yeah,
so far, yeah.
for sure.
So if they went Evan Neal and not Icky, the Panthers probably wouldn't take. Did they need a tackle? Oh,
Yeah.
they do.
They need
everything.
Yeah.
They need football. They need a football team.
That's the problem.
There's one
All
that's
these
from
teams
Washington
really do.
that's now the Commanders. So
Yeah.
I think we could see two. I think we could see both tackles go back to back right here.
Yeah.
And I think that now the Seahawks pick Ravens, if Thibodeaux's there and that's your guy, I think 9 is the spot before the Jets get back on the clock.
Could the Giants turn around and go Thibodeaux right now, though? And then get
don't fit
Neal
their
or Icky
scheme.
with their second one.
Well,
You don't think he'd fit with Wink?
Well, Thibodeaux's not a Wink guy. Not his type of rush.
That
edge
is
guy.
true. No, that is true. Yeah.
He's too multiple. He ended up putting him at safety and then blitzing him from the outside.
He'll be running hook zones on third down.
Hey, watch what you say about Wink Denard, because you know he got that trigger finger.
Yeah. Keep that thing on him.
Oh my goodness! Why do you have to go take out Malik Harrison like that? Like I don't understand that. Oh, that was good. They could take Thibodeaux here, but you're attacking the wrong side of the ball what your issues have been.
Yeah, if I was them, I would definitely go tackle here. Like, no brainer. Like this would be an icky for me because this is the year where they want to see what Daniel Jones has, like if he has anything at all. So if you still kind of sort of believe in him, give him a line.
Mike, get your ass in here. You have the link.
He's having too much fun right now.
Sorry, Chris, go.
Yeah, so let's just say Daniel Jones' experiment fails horrendously this year. Then you can have your quarterback next year and have a decent to good offensive line in front of him.
Andrew Thomas is good.
Yeah, so he could be your left tackle. You could be Icky or Evan Neal, play right, play guard.
I would go Evan Neal if I'm them. If I want to get a tackle, because he's already played right tackle, you don't have to worry about the projection. He played right tackle opposite Leatherwood last year. Again, like I know that's kind of you're probably not overly concerned about it, but I mean that gives you 2 solid pass protectors on your bookends. Like that's a solid start to building a good O-line.
Their pick is in.
And they have Ben Bredesen to lock up the inside, so
that was my boy, man. We traded the wrong Ben last year. I don't
Damn, so 2 edge rushers, 2 corners to start it off. Let's see.
What about the receivers haven't been touched yet?
Yeah, that's what we need. We need that receiver run, man.
I mean, let's look at this now. Like what? I mean, obviously the Falcons.
Yeah, that's where it starts, I believe. Oh, maybe even the Giants too. You never know because a lot of their guys are going to be free agents after this season.
They have like the highest wide receiver pay, but the problem is none of them are any fucking good. I saw that tweeted the other day, and it reminded me of the Ravens O-line being like the 3rd highest payroll last year in cap hit, and it was like, what? Like, how is that even possible?
Well, when $180 million a year team is sitting on the bench, that don't take a lot.
Yeah. They just paid Kenny Golladay way too much money.
Yeah, really, every one of these. Sorry, go ahead, Denard.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say we were talking about the wide receivers. Really, it's all of them, right? Like we got the Giants, the Falcons, the Seahawks, the Jets, the Commanders. They could all take wide receivers. They all need them.
We just need the run to start, and KT just like the little. What's that game called on The Price is Right? The little.
So I wonder if the Ravens are waiting for the waiting game in terms of like Washington or somebody because they haven't offered McLennan yet.
Yeah. You
so
need,
they
you
take
need
a
somebody
receiver
to get
here.
desperate.
Yeah, go take a receiver here, and I'm sure Baltimore's on the phone like right after that pick. Like, hello, yeah, we got a 3rd round pick and a 2nd round pick. What you need? What we doing?
Yeah.
Click.
Who's this bozo on the stage?
I don't know. I can't watch that. I
got on mute. I'm not even. I can't even hear anything.
I know what the pick is. I know what the pick is.
Buncha.
A bunch of my friends are Giants fans, so they're blowing my phone up right now.
I'm intrigued to see this.
It's a good one.
All right.
Oh, I knew that was where you had to jump to get him.
What?
Damn.
That was the spot.
And you know what? And like seeing it now, it's like, all right, you get Kayvon here. Let's say Carolina picks one of the 2 offensive tackles. You're still left over.
You can
with
get
one
the
of
other
them.
one. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna get. Yeah.
And then the Falcons are wide receiver with the Seahawks looking to trade out.
There it is, Kayvon Thibodeaux, number 5 to the Giants.
And I've heard
bunch of Ravens
the
fans.
Giants like Cross, so I mean it could even be Cross. Honestly, at 7.
So when's the last time defense has gone the first 5 picks?
When's the last time our quarterback didn't go top 3? It was 2013. Like, it's crazy.
But think about that.
Last year?
Who won the Super Bowl?
Is that true? I think you're right, actually.
Everybody's trying to mimic it.
Rams.
Yep, everybody's trying to mimic.
Yep. Damn. That was a fun thought of getting Kayvon. That was.
You know what's sad is I really genuinely thought we might have a chance.
You had to go to 5. We were talking about it last night. I was like, if you wanted him, it would have to be 5.
Yep. I like what they're doing. And they got what's his name? The OC from the Bills as their coach now, right?
Yeah, Dayball, yeah.
Dayball, yeah. So they got Azeez Ojulari and Thibodeaux.
And Kayvon, yeah. Yeah, it's a good,
I like
good
that.
young set of bookends right there.
I like that a lot.
Well, at least I don't have to play the Giants.
My buddy's a Cowboys fan. He just goes, well, this sucks. It's like, oh shit, are the Giants becoming confident again? Yeah, they got Dexter Lawrence too on the inside.
Oh yeah, Dexter Lawrence. Yeah. That's right.
They just picked up his.
I mean, even when the Ravens played them a couple years ago, their defensive line was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yep. It was their
Like
linebacker.
it was hard to run against them.
But their offense is terrible.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I don't even think that was
like,
Daniel Jones. And I think
O-line's
Dayball might
terrible.
get something out of this cat.
He could.
That's the nice thing about the Giants situation is they're going to be like, I'm assuming they're going to go. I mean, they're going to go tackle with their 2nd pick, and then you get a year with that coaching staff to see what he can do. You're not reaching for a quarterback in a weak class. And then if they suck, they just, you got some building pieces on the O-line, on the defense. Go get a quarterback in a stronger class next year.
Yep.
It is interesting though. They sounds like they're going to decline the 5th-year option on Daniel Jones.
I think they already did.
Well, they have till Monday. I don't think they did anything, but I'm not sure.
They did what Carolina
they're not going to do it.
Yeah. With Darnold.
So, yeah. Yeah. But so it'll be interesting if he all of a sudden plays well. It's going to bite him. But I think that'd be a problem they'd be okay with. So
yeah, I don't think they want to pay
Carolina's
$23
milking
million.
the clock here, looking for a trade partner.
Let's see. They got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll give them 5 fours for Icky.
Well, this is a move. If they're trying to trade, it's for someone who wants to tackle before the Giants get on.
Yeah, I think it's going to either be Icky or a trade down. You know, they want to establish it and play caveman ball so bad. It's going to be one of those two things.
How about the Saints jumping up here, taking both of their first-round picks and jumping up? Is that enough points?
Sorry,
What, 16 and 19?
16 and 19 to jump the pick?
It must.
We got Mike backstage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Mike? Oh, there. He's down there.
Yeah, 16 and 19 would get you to 4, so it's plenty.
Oh, so 16 and 19 could get them 6. Go up
Coming
there,
straight
Charles
from the
Cross.
draft room here.
Hey, Mike, how was the war room when KT got picked?
I don't think he can hear you. He's frozen.
No, I
there
think
he goes.
He's locked into his people. He's talking to Hard.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, Hart, look at this.
Mike, can you hear us? No. I don't know if he can hear us yet.
He's talking to Herbs. It seriously looked like he was showing him a piece of paper.
He's trying to work the
on the computer.
It looks like the Panthers sticking and picking.
Right.
They're looking for picks in.
Come
Who
on,
we rolling with?
I'm going to say tackle.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Icky.
I'm shocked none of the tackles have gone.
I'm gonna go dark horse and go Drake.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be something, boy.
Kerry, what would the fantasy impact be for Icky on Carolina with Christian McCaffrey?
Oh, it helped them big time, and I
Big
think
time.
they want to run the ball. They definitely want to run the ball. I mean, you fire the offensive coordinator, you go into a shell, you hide your quarterback. It's clear what they want to do. So they can get Icky. Yeah. CMC, you got to fire that up all day.
Can you hear us now, Mike?
Yeah.
There he is. What's going on, brother?
There you go.
What's up, party people?
No,
Looks like you're back there making deals with Harbs about why Thibodeaux didn't make it.
Well, you see, it's already driven me to the maker's mark. We're sitting in there with our fingers crossed. I turned back, I look at him, I was like, hey, he's sliding. And then we saw the pick, and I was like, you know what? Crack open the bottle.
He poured a little in Harbaugh's cup. That's what it was.
Yeah, and that coffee cup right there, I hit him up a little bit.
Yeah, he whispered in his ears, "F them picks."
We tried that. Couldn't do
it. F those picks hard. Get your mans. Good Lord.
That's going to be some kind of that's going to be interesting, though. I mean, you got two big personalities. Wink is a big personality. Kayvon is a personality. We were already saying that. That's going to be interesting.
This
in a
felt
good
great
way.
for the Panthers.
I like it in a bad way. I think it'll be good. Because I think Wink lets guys.
Wink Chain will have his own cryptocurrency.
Wow.
It's good for Kayvon too. Huge market. That'll be fun for him. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Versus going to like Green Bay or something.
So Chris, what'd your buddies think? Were they happy?
Yeah, my friend is happy as hell right now.
I would be thrilled if I'm them.
They're jumping for joy right now, and he thinks they're gonna go tackle next pick.
Yeah, so I would assume you're either gonna see Icky or Neal, and then probably Icky or Neal with the next two.
Yeah.
Like it's probably tackle.
But what's funny, man, is how things can change. Like suppose Houston, they went tackle 3 and then the Jets went tackle 4. Do the Giants still take Thibodeaux at 5, or do they take the tackle and hope he gets to 7?
That's what I was saying, yeah, because that first pick, it's like, do you stick to your board and take your BPA, or do you play we can get this position? Like what the Ravens did last year. They went with Bateman because they wanted Rizzo, but they were like, if
There it
Rizzo goes, we'll just take Oweh.
Yeah.
They thought the Packers would take Bateman if they took him with their if they wanted to get them at the second pick. Okay, there it is. Ike Ekwonu goes to Carolina.
That fell perfectly for Carolina.
Yeah.
They gotta be happy.
Yeah, that felt beautifully for them. I like that.
Who's playing quarterback?
I guess no one's worried. I guess they're not worried about his knees. His knee play. His knee point.
Well, once again, it is Carolina, so be patient.
Yeah, who's playing quarterback?
Baker.
And Donald,
Baker.
the GOAT.
Could have been Lamar Jackson. Let's just look at it that way. Imagine Lamar and Christian McCaffrey in a backfield together.
Let's not.
I think the Ravens would rather let that boy sit for years before they like unfranchise tag him. Like it just comes to a point like, dude, you just go sit there.
Some people already. I mean, if you believe Twitter, some people already got him off the team. He's already gone.
He's in Miami right now.
Yeah,
the
playing for the Dolphins, where their best defensive guy is now in Pittsburgh. Let's see how good that defense is this year.
Icky was one of my favorite stories because he had all those numbers with his pancake blocks, but then he still won the friendship award or the nice award or whatever it was. I was like, he's just that guy that can turn it on and off field. Like he's probably the nicest guy, and then you get him on the field and he just wants to hurt everyone in front of him.
Hey, if McCaffrey can stay healthy, I mean, you add this guy to your run game, they might be able to get something going down there.
Yeah, man.
At least on the ground.
And what I'm thinking is a lot of these teams have their eyes towards next year's draft when it comes to the quarterback. Like we're saying, like who's going to play quarterback for them, and it's like, listen, we don't give a damn because we're looking at 2023 because you got those two guys up there at the top of the board who just, they just look great when you talk about
Right.
C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young.
Jordan Reed was talking about that, and he said, as good as it looks right now, and not taking anything away from those guys as prospects, he thinks they're both good and going to be even better. But he said, how the NFL is, they're going to start nitpicking these guys. He said Young is 5'10", so he'll get the Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray treatment. Mm-hmm. He said Stroud is an Ohio State quarterback, so he'll get that treatment.
Yep.
They'll still go early.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question about that. If they both, if they both come out.
Giants pick is in too.
It's got to be Neal, I would assume.
Yeah, that's what I feel like it is.
I feel like they just take Neal, put him at right tackle. You have Neal and Andrew Thomas, and you suddenly have pretty decent tackles.
Yeah.
They'd do us a big favor if they took a wide receiver, though.
I mean, what's another little bit of money into that? Well, that rumor came out that they were trying to trade Slayton.
Yeah,
So,
I saw that.
Yeah, and it's a new GM, so he didn't draft or sign any of these guys. So
I don't think anyone expected any of these guys to fall to 14, but I mean, the way things are going through 6 picks, it's basically trending towards worst case scenario for the Ravens.
Yep.
Like so
Not
I mean,
for me. It's trending perfectly.
Let's go, Denard. Let's go.
Wait, who do you want? Like, who's your guy?
Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd.
Okay.
I think he will solve all your problems in the middle of the field. And then your corners can actually be corners and stop being tackling machines. Where they get hurt all the time. And one of them doesn't even want to tackle.
Hey, easy now. Easy.
I was just checking to see if you were awake.
MP will tackle when he needs to tackle. He has to do what he does.
It's funny you knew who I was talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. He's a smart man.
Business decisions.
I get paid to
Business
cover.
decisions.
I get paid to cut and pick the ball off. That's what I get
Yeah,
paid.
what was Dion's quote? I don't get paid to tackle.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. There it is.
There it is. That made sense. That sucks, but
Yeah,
It
it
made a
makes
lot of sense. They played that
So
well.
this is where you absolutely need a receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna
Atlanta's the
get
wild
bleak
card.
real quick.
Start the run. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, Atlanta. And then we got Seattle that's going to do something dumb.
They're gonna take like Hamilton or Cross.
I told you. I told Mike and Kerry yesterday they're taking Drake Jackson.
I can see them taking Jordan Davis.
I could see them
that
taking
too.
Jordan Davis.
That too.
That was the
Drake.
pick in the top 10 that made sense.
Get the
If they
wrong
take
Drake.
Drake Jackson, we're shutting the stream off. I'm going to bed. I still remember when I was so worried they were going to pick Patrick Queen because I really wanted him in 2020, and they took Jordan Brooks, and I was like, "Thank you, Seattle, for being Seattle." And now it looks like Brooks has been pretty solid. So
And then I had one of my favorite all-time draft moments when they took it. I won't name names to protect the innocent, but it was a tremendous moment. One I'll always remember.
that might be me tonight if they pick Penning. I think that would be me. I seriously think
that was you. I thought it was you last year when they didn't take any tackles. You were pretty much in that.
I wanted Tevin Jenkins really bad. Like I wanted Bateman and then I wanted Jenkins. And God, am I glad you don't want me to be a GM, obviously.
I have to dig through it because you were on a stream somewhere. I think I got a picture of you.
I don't remember it wasn't last year. It was the year before I was on with Chris for I spent
but for the Dobbins pick?
It was the Dobbins pick. I lost it. I was so mad.
Man, Cole looked like his puppy died. He was just like,
Wow.
I was so upset.
everybody was talking, and Cole was just like, what's going on? What is my life right now?
So what you mean? We went inside linebacker, running back. We had to listen about it for 2 months. The Vassonomics. Is Tony down in the chat for the Vassonomics?
Yeah, Tony's in here.
Yeah.
Tony's saying we're talking about arm length.
Yeah, no, that's not going to be. You're in the wrong stream for that. There is one out there that you could go watch.
What do you guys think the Falcons do here? They go so many different ways.
I feel like
they just suck.
Drake London. I think it's Drake London. I go Drake London.
You think it's Drake London, Mike?
I think it's London too. But like you said, they have so many needs. You could see them go a lot of different directions and it not necessarily be an upset because they got needs all over the board.
Yeah,
would
I
a
can see them
quarterback
going
be crazy?
Jameson.
Do you think they fell in love with a quarterback? Probably not.
No,
I
not
think
up here.
I think they're the team that could afford to take Jameson Williams because nobody expects them to do anything this year.
Yeah, I can see that.
Especially since dude decided to gamble.
Hey,
pick is in.
Number one, he was not playing. Number two, that app had some kind of tattletale feature in it. That's not right.
I'm still looking for the real reason there, Michael.
and he bet the Falcons to win. I mean, what's wrong with that? I mean, you might
you got to check. Yeah, you got to
win. But
you got to question decision making if he's taking them to win, especially if he's not playing.
I do remember this is true. Drake did bet $500K on Drake London going. I think it was going in the top 10. I don't know if it was first wide receiver.
If he did that, then that's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, he definitely fallen outside.
No man, he broke the curse when the Raptors won the 19 championship.
I bet 5 Tyler Linderbaum. So take that, Drake.
Wow.
$500K.
The funny thing about Tyler Linderbaum is if, say, he was picked at 14, I don't think, like, I wouldn't have a meltdown on stream. Like, I'm not going to be upset as I think people think I would be.
Oh, pick is in. Pick is in, baby.
Let's start this run.
Who's going to be the screwball? Oh, Drake! Oh, no!
Jesus Christ.
Oh, no!
Let's do it, baby.
We should
Baby.
Wide receiver run has officially been stoked.
Let's
Good.
go,
Let's
baby.
go.
Seattle to do something dumb. Let's go.
Did that man just win $500,000 plus whatever else
Hey,
you bet on?
this guy's playing.
God. Did you really just say that? You know what? Come on here.
All right.
God's playing.
So this is like the first pick that's beneficial to the Ravens.
Yeah. And Seattle's not
Yeah.
going to pick a receiver, but the Jets at 10,
Want to
probably.
bet? I bet they could. Why wouldn't Seattle? They're stupid. They could do
That's
it.
true. That's true. I guess it depends. Like, are they keeping DK? Maybe if you're not keeping DK, you would.
I had them taking Malik Willis in my final mock draft that I did.
ESPN stole my comp. Vincent Jackson is their NFL comparison.
Damn.
Always
Run
watching,
you
Kerry.
your check.
Yeah,
Always watching.
yeah. Run me my 3%.
I know Chris talked about this a ton, but Drake London is one of those guys on the timeline that got just some of the worst commentary around the type of player that he is. It was like that typical, he's tall.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give
Yep.
this stereotypical tall wide receiver talk. It was
I do worry about his toughness, but other than that,
I could see that.
smacked around in the Pac-10 like some other people.
All right, so here's a question for you guys. When do you start looking, possibly looking up to trade up? You got Cross and Jermaine Johnson around. Are they your top two guys that are dropping?
Yeah.
What do you guys
Cross.
think of Jermaine Johnson? Does anyone have any strong opinions there? Maybe
He made
against
it
him
finals.
as a pick?
He made it to our final round with Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis ended up winning out, but he made it to the
Yeah.
final. So he had a
Yeah.
lot of love in the room. Chris was making the case for him.
I wasn't high on him to start that process. I worry about the one-hit wonder phenomenon at Florida State. He had a lot of nonsense to prove coming out of Georgia. Like, I'm a big dog,
Be right
but
back.
you went to the ACC, a weaker conference, and dominated weaker opponents.
He said they kept taking me out the game at Georgia. I'm trying to dominate. They keep taking me off the field.
Well, Mr. Walker hung out and got #1 pick, even though he wasn't the biggest name on that squad.
Worked out well for him. Definitely
You make the best of the opportunity you have. Yes, sir.
definitely worked out well.
What did Jay-Z say? There's no one to trade up for?
I guess like the two trade guys, like the two popular trade guys were, I would assume, Stingley and
I get it.
Thibodeaux.
Yeah, they're gonna hang out and drop or let their
I see what
board
you're saying.
play out.
Which could go really well, or it might just be the nightmare of like,
Them picking a random, like Brashard Perryman for no
No.
random reason but to pick somebody.
We're all having a good time, Denard. You don't have to do that.
Mike's about to go back to the chat.
All week, man. I know where you stay. I'm gonna call Wink. Send him your way.
Make sure you give them the proper address. I got a bone to pick.
That's a good point. That's code for we have 6 players we'd take in 14. That's
Hey, that's one way to look at it.
I don't know. So
Taking their time.
Seattle has to go, I think, to benefit us the most, has to go non-defensive player. Jets go receiver. Washington, mini, Houston, Baltimore. If Washington goes receiver, that's the wide receiver run, I guess. That's 3 receivers.
Minnesota will take a corner or a safety.
They'd probably go Kyle
Yeah,
Hamilton.
I think so.
Out of the spot. If they don't, like you said, if there's not an offensive player that they like there, they might try to trade out of it.
Someone mentioned it earlier. Jordan Davis as a pick here seems real. That's such a Seattle pick.
Yeah. They could go so many ways. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they took Jordan Davis. I wouldn't be surprised if they took Devin Lloyd. Like is you never know what to expect from them.
Yeah. I mean, when's the last time they had a first round pick?
You never
When
know
they
if they're going to
took,
run it on the
linebacker?
1 yard line.
Or Rashad Penny. Well, did they take Rashad Penny in the first?
Yeah.
No, he was second round.
Yeah.
They took the
No,
linebacker.
I think he was
Or was he
first.
28? Yeah.
Remember they took the linebacker from I think
Jordan Brooks.
TCU, right?
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech.
Oh, Texas Tech. Yeah, there we go.
And he's actually been okay. I don't know. I got a chance to watch him some when I was watching Bobby Wagner. He was all right.
They took LJ Collier in the first 2 one year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is not.
That was last year, wasn't it? Pick is in.
Pick is in. Let's go, baby. Do something dumb.
Matt Corral,
Do
go ahead.
something.
Lock it in.
Corral.
Get your guy.
Go do something dumb.
If it's Corral, do not invite any of the Gretzky family to the game. He's already knocked one of them out once.
Mm.
You didn't hear that? He beat up Wayne Gretzky's son in high school, knocked him out.
I did hear that, yeah.
At Oaks
That's
Christian.
only because I'm a hockey guy.
Damn.
Yeah, Oaks Christian. That was the high school right next to mine. It's pretty crazy. They have all the like
Oh, yeah?
famous players and everything. Yeah.
Damn.
That's funny.
At one point, they had Gretzky, Will Smith, like a bunch of sons of like all these players, all these like famous people.
Wouldn't
such a
want to be
weird
at that
school.
award show.
Yeah.
Matt Corral. That's all I know.
Yeah, they're a legit football school though. Oaks
Matt
Christian.
Corral just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep somebody's name out of your mouth situation.
Yeah, just keep Jordan Davis's name out of your mouth.
He's mad about somebody.
Could they go Kyle Hamilton here? Would that be crazy?
Who do they have?
I
they
mean, their safety play ain't great. I think they had Diggs and
Andre
Diggs and
Yeah,
Prez.
so that doesn't make sense.
and Adams.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. Well,
yeah. What
it's
about
from
Cross?
Seattle, so.
What about Cross?
Cross could make sense. They didn't re-sign Dwayne Brown, right? He's still on the market.
I think so.
Unless they
that's
have
true.
That,
Yeah.
they have that
That's
wink,
true.
wink, nudge, nudge deal where we'll sign you after the draft, maybe. But
It makes total sense to start drafting O-line after Russ is gone. That makes total sense.
Complete sense.
okay, that is a Seattle move now. I think I've
They never wanted to
All
give
right.
him anything.
What do you think?
Okay, so I don't
What do
know.
you
I
think
don't
got
know
picked
what
based on Denard's reaction?
I don't know enough of what Denard wants. I just know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not Devin
This is
Lloyd.
a quality game to play.
He's out of the
Charles Cross tackled. That is such a Seattle move.
Russ, it
Oh,
was
boy.
you. It was you the whole time, bro.
Russ is just shaking his head somewhere.
Right. Russ been dying to let it cook all these years, and as soon as he leave, they go get a pure pass protecting left tackle.
He's probably in full Denzel training demo right now. You dirty mother. I'm putting cases on all y'all.
Oh God.
Well, good for Drew.
Okay, I'm legit. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Now that Cross is off the board, I'm like super worried about penning at 14. Like it just feels
Stop.
What did Houston do? Could Houston go Penning at 13 though? Maybe.
Well, this sets it up for the trade down.
Yeah.
New Orleans needs a tackle. Evidently, the Chargers love Penning, from what I hear. So those two teams at what, 16 and 17?
16 and 17. Yeah. Yeah, if I'm the Ravens, I'm sitting pretty because somebody gonna want to tackle.
Now let me ask you guys something. What do you guys think? Because in a lot of these mock drafts, we see Kyle Hamilton falling. So what if he's there at 14?
No, absolutely not.
That gets interesting.
So absolutely not.
Do you want to think about it?
Give my opinion now. I ain't gonna argue with Denard about defense.
Well, let's hear it out there. What don't you like about it? I think you already told me, but I want to. What don't you like?
I don't see the athletic ability that everyone sees on tape. It doesn't look graceful. It looks forced. And if that looks forced, what's going to happen when it's sped up more? It's going to look like it ain't going to look good. You might have a Matt Elam type situation where the game is just too fast.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, let's throw that thought out the window now.
He do something to you, Kyle? Do something to you?
It's the Brian Kelly recruits that does it to me.
Right. That's it. It's Brian Kelly. So you
I have never. I like Brian Stanley. Wouldn't have been the pick that year for me.
He might not have been a Brian Kelly guy, was he? Was Kelly there? 2016.
I think it was Brian Kelly's first year.
Oh no, I'm not sure. I hate Brian Kelly.
He gonna mess up LSU.
I think you'd have to at least consider it. I don't know how I feel about it either, about Hamilton at 14. I mean,
pick is in. So allegedly,
Okay,
maybe. I mean, what been coming out a lot, especially from Connor Hughes, who's really plugged into the Jets. He was saying that they like Jermaine Johnson a ton and even thought about taking him at 4. So this could be a Jermaine Johnson spot. That. It could be a wide receiver spot. He was a guy Drake London, he was really linked to them too. So let's see. I never really liked that fit though, Drake London on the Jets, because they already have Corey Davis, who's a big guy. They got Elijah Moore. I think they need like a speedy guy.
Yeah, I think it's going to be, like you said, Chris, it could be Jermaine Johnson or I think it'll be Jamison Williams.
Well, for the Ravens' sake, we need a wide receiver.
Well, I think there are advantages of wide receivers dropping too. You know, I think there are a ton of wide receiver hungry teams looking to trade up. So, I think it'll be interesting.
They've got picks. Those teams have got picks too. Multiple.
How about no trades yet?
That's pretty crazy. I'm amazed that there have been no trades.
Yeah, that's surprising. Yeah.
I think it probably comes down to, not as strong of class, maybe. I don't know. It's just real interesting. No trades.
No trades, no quarterbacks.
No quarterbacks. That's wild.
It kind of tells you about they're good players, but no great players.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
There we go.
I'm looking for reaction. Let me see.
I didn't see it yet.
Damn, my man got the Jerry curl.
Who was it? I missed it.
Who was
you guys
it?
got it yet?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson.
Extra points for the Jerry curl in 2022.
Shows the need for speed.
I like it.
Wow.
It's dead.
All right, so that bodes well for the Ravens. Because that was a big Jermaine Johnson landing spot, potentially.
You think the Texans would be in on Jermaine Johnson? That one worries me.
I think Minnesota and the Texans too. I think those two could be like those are the two other hurdles.
Yeah.
Now I can see Washington taking Hamilton right here.
Yeah.
Who do they have? I don't even know who's in their second.
Because they're
they
three
released Landon
safety.
Collins, right?
They're 3 safety team.
Collins is gone.
He's gone.
I mean, they're basically a 4-2-5, right?
Who's their lead coordinator?
Cam Curl is, but they kind of move him all over the place. Troy Apke is there. I think the Shazer Everett, he got some kind of charge. He was like a vehicular homicide or something, wasn't it?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to trade.
Yeah,
the Saints are on the clock.
Saints. Wow.
That's tackle.
For who? Don't they have Rife and Davenport?
Who tackles?
Yeah.
Now they lost Armstead. They got Riley Reed.
Armstead, that was the one. Yeah.
Armstead's in Miami.
You really gonna jump up for Pennington right there?
Who would they? That's interesting.
Or are you going because they signed a safety in free agency, so they're not going for Kyle.
Jameson.
Maybe Jordan Davis.
Wide receiver.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Williams.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But who are we jumping up in front of though?
All the people that we're going to trade with. I just think that this is a sweet spot for wide receiver trades. I think all these teams find to look back, and they need to go into the first spot that are of teams looking to trade back, and if they want their guy. So, do you know what the trade was for?
No, I'm looking for it now.
I guess when they saw Garrett Wilson go, if Jameson
gotta go.
Yeah.
gotta go right now. Gotta go.
They had the 16th pick, right?
Yeah.
And the 19th, I think.
And the 19th.
They wouldn't need to do that. So let me look at what they got. So,
well, you know they wanted to get ahead of the Eagles.
Because maybe the Ravens didn't want to move. It hasn't come across Twitter yet.
Yeah.
The trade details?
Yeah, I have not.
Yeah, I'm looking for them. I'm not seeing it.
Like, if they did 16 to 49, that's a crazy overpay. 19 and 49, that's pretty spot on. So that'd be my guess.
19 and 49?
Yeah, 1949 for 11. We'll see, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Twitter's acting a fool anyway.
All right, I got it. Saints are trading the 16th pick, a third rounder, a fourth rounder to Washington for the 11th pick. So it's a third, a fourth.
98 and 120. Okay.
Yeah.
So they kept 19. Is that right?
Yep.
Or what? They kept 19. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they trade the 16th, the 98th, and 120 for the 11th pick. That's very solid value.
Yeah, it's not bad.
For that's a pretty good deal for New Orleans. Actually, it's only 93 cents on the dollar. So they did not have to overpay in order to move up. So
I wonder if this could be a Malik Willis spot or a quarterback spot here.
Could be.
Jumping in front of the Vikings. Vikings might be looking.
Vikings, Houston, maybe, if they're they're into it.
Yeah, that's true because hey, they don't have a first next year. So if you don't take a quarterback in this draft, you're pretty much committing to Jameis for 2 years.
Saints do some off-the-wall stuff sometimes too. So.
Yeah, they do. They actually, when they traded up in 18, I thought they were taking Lamar. I thought that was for sure they were taking Lamar.
I did too.
Let's go. We got 2 minutes, so let's see.
It's pretty crazy now. So they've got 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and then they have nothing until the 5th round. So it's a long wait. 5th and 6th.
Might as well go grab some sandwiches.
Go out and get some bacon burgers or something.
Pick is in.
All right, what we got?
I'm not sure who I even hope for. I heard Jordan Davis was a fan of, or they were a fan of Jake Davis too.
Oh, yeah?
That would be pretty nasty down there. Cam Jordan, Davenport.
Yeah.
Nasty. Dennis Allen, he's their head coach, right? The defensive coordinator took over.
Yeah.
Oh, pick is in.
Defensive guy. Let's see.
And it's a surprising one.
Okay. All right.
That's all I'll say. What did I say right before that? They see some wild stuff sometimes. What we got? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
What?
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
That's who you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
Sure.
I am not complaining.
Did the player hit Wayne Gretzky's son?
No. Well, not that we know of. He might have.
Okay. He may have two. They have two, we don't know. Okay.
Damn. Well, this is good.
Yeah, New Orleans, they fall in love with guys in the draft, man. They'll give you whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Remember with Davenport, people were like, "What?" When they
Yep.
Davenport, but hey, they like who they like.
I still
Why do
haven't
they
seen
have
it. Has it
Austin
come out
Eckler?
yet?
They're announcing it now.
Oh, okay. I can't watch it on TV. I stream live on TV, so I can't do the streaming and TV. So I'm stuck on ESPN.com.
Yeah, they're announcing it now. Oh, snap. The Lions traded.
Lions traded. I just saw that.
Whoa.
Here come the trades.
Ooh. I like it. That's huge for the Ravens.
That'd be QB, right?
Yeah.
You would think so.
Well, they traded with the Vikings.
Yep. That is huge for the Ravens.
Yeah.
Maybe
Did we
not.
just say that no trades?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
We brought it on.
Open the floodgates.
Maybe they're looking corner. They love their tacticians at corner.
McDuffie.
Yeah.
They got a new GM, new head coach.
That or maybe either Hamilton or I feel like they need more help at secondary. They could use another receiver though. They really could.
Let's see. I wonder if they fell in love with one of these quarterbacks.
I'm still trying to see the Saints pick. It's taking forever.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They got like 5 guys up there on the stage. Somebody make a pick.
So
Everybody gotta
Austin
get their
Eckler.
pictures.
Tony Gonzalez.
They got Tony Gonzalez, Austin Eckler. I thought they were trading him. All right. So I think the terms are in. So terms 12 and 46 for 32, 34, and 66. So the Lions get 12 and 46.
12 and 46.
And
32, 34, and 66.
Yeah, for Minnesota.
Jeez.
They love someone.
But that's actually a real underpay again. So it's really interesting to see both of these deals have been pretty significant underpays by the team trading up. So we'll see how that plays into things with the Ravens. So this one 12 and 46 is 16-40 on the JJ, and 32-34 and 66 is only 14-10. So
Damn.
I forgot who it was.
Underpay by the 72nd pick. So it's a huge underpay.
I forgot who said it, but someone said that there's going to be, you know, some discounts this year when it comes to moving up.
And it would be even wilder of a discount if that's a trade up for a quarterback, because you know people usually tax you a little bit more if you're trading up for a quarterback. So
did you guys see the
Detroit
Saints pick, right?
that? Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Olave, wide
Chris
receiver,
Olave.
LSU.
That's crazy.
Man,
I like Olave, man. I like him.
yeah,
They did come up for a wide receiver, but not the one we were kind of thinking, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I'll take this one.
They like their Ohio State guys down there.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like the yin yang thing that they have with Michael Thomas and then Olave. I think they complement each other really well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We just got to see if Taysom could get them the ball.
Taysom, the real Lamar Jackson Hill.
Well, one thing about playing with Jameis is Jameis will throw you the ball. Jameis is not
Deep,
scared
dude.
in all situations.
His eyes got fixed.
He got glasses?
No, he got that laser surgery.
LASIK.
He can now see. He couldn't see. He was nearsighted, so he couldn't
thought
see
he was-
anything in front of himself.
I thought he was
He's just
colorblind and he just couldn't see which
He's
jersey.
just chucking it up. No.
No, he literally couldn't see 3 feet in front of him for years.
Somebody's down there. Just throwing it up.
Well, Florida State, all he did was chuck it up deep. How many times did he chuck it down?
All right, so Detroit pick is in, it looks like.
Yeah, Detroit's pick is in.
Who is it?
I'm just going to tell you guys
Needs
right
is
now,
quarterback,
brace yourselves for
safety.
14.
So what about Kyle Hamilton?
Brace yourself for 14.
I'm
They're
telling
not
you guys,
taking
listen,
Penix.
I'm your friend, and I love all of you. That's why we're here together tonight. Brace yourselves for 14.
Stop.
I'm telling you guys,
I feel like we've talked about everybody, so it can't be. We might not like it, but it probably won't be somebody we're not surprised by. We talked about everybody.
Hey, if you're not surprised by Trevor Penning, then you won't be surprised.
I'm not. We talked about it. I wouldn't.
That's true. That's true.
You know that's the pick.
I don't know anything.
Uh-oh.
Things.
I think everybody was on the right path with what the Lions came up. No, I'm sorry. I think you guys gonna be pleasantly surprised by what the Lions just did.
Oh goodness!
Please tell me they took Trevor Penning. That would solve all my problems.
Am I reading this right? Yeah, I think you guys gonna be very surprised.
I don't like this.
Running back.
Wow, that would be insane.
Did you guys see who the Lions picked?
I'm waiting.
No.
I saw it.
I've seen enough.
I saw it.
What? See what?
See what? And oh my goodness, and the Eagles have traded up.
Oh, this
Really?
is beautiful. Let's go wide receiver run.
Wow.
Oh, snap.
Okay, see, this is setting up.
Yeah, I have been hearing that Houston wanted a trade back from 13. So,
But if
baby.
The Eagles wanted Jameson, right?
if Column A is gone, what are you going to get? You're getting in front of the Ravens to get Jordan Davis?
yeah.
Or you're moving
So
up for Jameson.
like why else would you trade in front of the Ravens?
Yeah.
Trevor Penning. Seriously.
I mean, their offensive line is kind of suspect.
Trying to give my man away.
You know what the 13 pick was or trade was?
Trevor Penning. You get a Trevor Penning.
They haven't. I just saw it. They haven't announced it yet.
I'm still waiting on the Detroit pick.
Yeah, we ain't seen the Lions.
Yeah, they haven't announced it yet.
I like you, Chris, a lot. but I don't wanna
Vikings
listen to
trade.
you.
No, that's the
Okay, so
Vikings and Lions
15.
trade.
Jesus,
Yeah, that's
there's a
about
lot of picks. So it was it's like 13 for 15, 124, 162, and 166,
Mm.
which is exactly 100% on JJ.
Oh,
So all you JJ haters can suck it.
I love it.
Hey, you got to clip that. You got to clip that.
Absolutely.
All you JJ haters can suck it.
Y'all see the pick finally?
But that's the thing about
Yeah.
the JJ part. You don't have to agree with it, but it's what the teams use.
Right. I didn't say it was right.
Yeah.
The teams aren't smart to use it, but they do.
It
You guys see the
is
pic?
an obnoxious argument because like it's so like it is. So Jamison Williams, number 12 to the Lions. So the wide receiver run happened. We started off the first 8 picks
Perfect.
going not ideal, and now we're running ideal.
So who did the Eagles trade in front of us for? Or did they think we're going to trade back?
They traded with the Texans.
Yeah, but
I think
why?
they're getting Jordan Davis.
You think so?
that would make sense.
That would make a lot
Jordan
of sense.
Davis or Kyle Hamilton.
Who do they have for
McDuffie, maybe?
safeties?
But you know what?
Their safeties are doo-doo.
That's a good alternate point when you think about it. If they're going to trade up to Houston at 13, not because they're trying to get in front of the Ravens for Jordan Davis, they're trying to get in front of the Ravens because they think the Ravens would trade down.
Right.
So that could open up
There you
a
go.
multitude of guys.
I don't think they'd go edge here because they have Graham, Barnett. They brought back. They have Sweat. They have Cox and Hargrave on the inside. So Davis doesn't. I guess Cox is older, but
And,
they're
Well, they just
safeties.
tried to get rid of whatchamacallit.
So
Had to
best
redo his-
available. So if I told you best available with one more pick to go, Kyle Hamilton, Jermaine Johnson, McDuffie,
we'd be happy.
that'd be pretty stoked. The
Yeah.
problem is we're still going to take Penning, but you're like, you get Hamilton or Johnson for
the
sure.
pick is in.
And you get,
I'm still sticking to my horse.
yeah, all right.
I think it's still Devin Lloyd if he's not taken here by the Eagles.
I'm just pulling for the 3-peat.
No, I think Denard made the key point. Why else would they jump the Ravens? It has to be Jordan Davis. Nothing else
Yeah.
would really make sense.
Mm-hmm. And they like to load up. It doesn't matter who they have. They always want that defensive line to just be replenished and just have those guys in there.
That'd be a filthy rotation,
Ooh,
especially against Dallas.
Javon Hargrave,
Ooh.
Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
You ain't running on that.
You're not doing anything on that.
They might just run a 5-2 and say, we just gonna rush 5.
Right.
Figure it out.
Right. Good luck.
All right, pick is in.
All right, looking for the reaction. Tell me whether we got the chance at a 3-peat or is the dream dead.
I know the answer. I know the answer.
I just saw it too.
Okay. You can tell me if the dream is dead. You don't have to name the player.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I will wait patiently.
Hey man, I tell you what, all of a sudden Detroit got some juice at receiver. DJ Chark, Amon-Ra St. Brown, you see what he did out the slot last year, and then you can add Jamison Williams to that.
Yeah.
That's not
T.J.
bad.
Hawkinson.
Yeah.
And they got DeAndre Swift coming out the backfield.
Yeah.
Catching
Yeah.
passes.
They setting it up for the next quarterback.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Jericho. Golf up in there.
Cole, it's okay, buddy. They're not gonna take that.
I just know. Like I knew on Monday, and that's why I tweeted about it. But I just knew it's gonna be Trevor Penning. It is.
But see,
I'm
people
already-
want it. People, they might not like the player, but this whole process, people wanted to tackle.
It's
They
true.
want to tackle. He's
You get what you asked for.
hey, you don't get the tackle you need. You get the tackle you deserve. However it goes.
And I'll be very clear about this. Not once during his film did he, outside of the Senior Bowl, did he throw an edge player into his quarterback's legs. But that just didn't happen.
See, that part is terrifying to me. That part is absolutely terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
It is.
I mean, it just feels like JJ's just going to be sitting there, just like, hi guys.
Hey, I'm not saying
here's the issue with picking JJ. If you pick JJ, you have invested a heck of a lot at edge for 2 years in a row. That's a lot of draft capital.
They did that at wide receiver.
Load up on edge in the draft. You got loaded up on cornerbacks and defensive backs at the cap. Like,
it does marry well together.
He's still got a big, giant, freaking hole in the middle. Stop ignoring your problems.
Take Chad Muma later. You'll be good.
Hey, we were pulling for Logan Wilson that one year. I mean, I like Queen too, but I was like, if they don't take him, you can sit and take Logan Wilson. It'd be all right.
How many people are going to rage when they don't take Jermaine Johnson or Hamilton?
You're going to take one.
Tony for one. Tony's going to lose.
I might just log off and watch Twitter for the next 2 hours on that one.
I still go back to that tweet I sent you guys from that. It was like at FCS Scout, and he had like 4,000 followers, so it wasn't some bot. And he told me 2 months ago, he said, I'm telling you right now, the Ravens love Trevor Penning. And then you get the Jay-Z smoke, and I mean, it's all there. It's all there. It's literally all there. They passed on Derwin that year. Everybody freaked out. It's just
hey, if they take him and he can play, it's all good. Look, whatever you did in the past, if you get here and you can play, I'm good with it.
You are right, though, Mike, because that is the funny thing. Everyone talks about building a wall for Lamar, and then they don't want to tackle in the first round.
Hey, Philly finally won a first round series.
Oh, they beat Toronto? I haven't been watching.
They don't want that tackle. That's the thing. They want to tackle. They don't want that tackle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that tackle.
We want Rasheed Walker, right?
These aren't the drones you're looking for. You don't want this guy.
Oh, wow. Philly smashed Toronto. Brutal. The NBA's stupid.
That's an aggressive statement.
You just need a superstar. Like you saw it in 2019 with the Raptors. You trade for Kawhi, you win a ring. Doesn't matter how well you draft.
The Lakers might have something to say about that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and the Suns built mostly through the draft, so shout out to them.
They already got Nick Nurse as the Lakers coach. Like, Twitter, wow.
So remember that Cowboys fan I told you guys about that was scared? He's right there asking me to talk about Micah Parsons.
What about it?
Well, what does he want us to say? That we would love to trade for him?
Yeah. Love that.
We should talk about the Cowboys
14 straight up right now.
He's a hell of a player.
What happened over there, Denard?
I'm not happy.
Uh-oh.
I'm not happy. Not happy.
He's been trying to tell you for the last 5 minutes.
It's been a nice run, fellas.
Not happy. I'm not happy.
The 3-peat is dead.
Nah, I'm not even that whatever that is. The shit that the Ravens have just pulled. No, thank you.
Yeah, they'll be fine. My 3-peat is very, very critical to me.
I don't want it.
Ooh.
I don't want it.
Ooh.
You know the Ravens pick too, don't you?
Yeah. Are we still waiting on the Eagles pick? Is that...
They're about to announce it right now.
Okay. Chris already has the Ravens.
Freaking
pick.
Twitter's two picks ahead.
I'm pretty sure Cole has it too. That's why he left.
No, but he I don't know why. I think Cole left for other reasons.
Yeah, he left. I think he left before he saw that.
Yeah, I think
I'm still here because I need to calm down in the presence of people.
We spoke about it earlier as a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Guys, I just got
All right.
the pick DM to me.
So did everyone.
Chris has it too. Chris got it.
Yeah, we all got
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Did we announce
Well,
it?
no. We
No,
didn't
we have
announce
not.
it.
No,
We
we
didn't
didn't
announce
announce
it
it.
yet. We're just gonna wait.
The
They
Eagles
haven't
just
even- yeah.
The Eagles has that come out
Pick
yet?
just got
Came out
announced. It was been
online.
announced. Yeah.
Jordan Davis.
So that made sense why they jumped in front of the Ravens. So,
All I'm gonna say is I'm not upset.
I'm not upset.
Yeah, I'm definitely not
There is-
upset.
there's 1 out of 6 of us. that is very upset.
I can't wait to break down this pick. I'm so pumped right now.
So you said it was, so it's not Penny.
Maybe.
Well, maybe he really wants to watch Penning again.
He doesn't want to see him.
Here's a hint, Mike. The Fire Zone is furious right now.
Okay.
And Mike, he was not.
People
in our
are now
bracket.
DMing me about Denard.
Wasn't in our
This is
bracket?
incredible. Someone just DMs me and goes, "Poor Fire Zone show." I'm crying.
Oh man. The Kobe Dean? Come on.
I would have already left if it was that cat.
Oh man. Oh, I gotta see it now. I can't wait. I can't believe we didn't have him in our bracket. Like even before we took the
He
other
was
names
not.
out
Nope, he was not in our bracket
at all.
At all.
At all.
Damn, we had at least been good at that part the last couple of years. We at least had the guy.
But everybody that was in our bracket was pretty much around this pick.
Yeah, we got that part.
So
That's interesting to me that we didn't have him in the bracket. Oh well.
maybe the card got switched.
Still hoping.
I mean, me and Dan, we're just sitting here waiting. Everybody else knows. Me and Dan just have to wait and see who it is. I could look. I just refuse to. I just don't. I just like, hey, I just want to see it.
That's
I just
impressive,
get it in
Mike.
real time. Yeah, I get it in real time. I'm good.
Well, the pick is in.
I just think it's really funny.
I'm ecstatic. I love it.
I do too.
I did not think I was going to be happy.
I think the reason I love it is because
These are
is
really
just,
weird reactions for Penning. So
This just feels true BPA. So it feels back to the roots, back to what he learned from Ozzy for years and years.
Damn, it's really got me thinking. I'm running through all these shit in my mind. I got
It's
all
Tyler
the guys in the bracket, so they're all out of there.
They took Malik Willis.
Traded from Lamar for a left guard.
Named Ben. We got Ben Bredesen back, everybody. Good job.
Good job, everybody. Well done. Here, here.
I don't think they would take Wyatt, right? They wouldn't take Wyatt.
I don't know.
Everybody's quiet.
Mike, you're gonna kick yourself.
Denard wouldn't be mad. Denard wouldn't be mad if it was Wyatt. He wouldn't be mad. It's a
No, I wouldn't be mad.
Gotta be an offensive player. And a non-running back. I think you'd like running. Not at this spot. I think running backs are about the only offensive players that you like.
I feel like
taking so long.
yeah, this is taking forever.
Did it go to commercial? Because that's the worst.
Oh,
When they go to
look! They're
commercial.
showing the board. Damn, I need a magnifying glass.
Take a picture. Take a picture.
I'm about to
wait,
rewind it.
Hold on.
Hold on, I'm gonna rewind it. I'm gonna see if I can get it.
An old board. It's an old board I got behind me. It's an old one.
I'll be
I
back.
just sent Jay-Z a message. I go, thank God. He sends me one back and goes, you and me both. Do you think he wanted that trash in his mentions?
You thought it was going to be Penny, didn't you? You really thought it was going to.
I'm not like, guys. I'm not even trying to be funny anymore. Like I was that convinced it was going to be Trevor Penning.
Well, they did a good job of Peyton switch again, you know. And I wonder whether they
So
really would have
I'm-
done Davis.
I'm doing my research right now so I can be prepared.
He's researching.
I know why I didn't like him, but I understand why. He's gonna fit very well.
Did we watch him at all?
Bits and pieces. I don't think we got.
So Denard, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Does he not help fix the problem you want to see addressed?
No.
Not at all. Not even with
No.
how you could use him.
No. Still doesn't fix the problem because he still has the issues that has plagued everybody else who's been in that spot.
I see what you mean.
So that either means one or two things. Either A, someone else is moving down into the new M&M spot, whatever you want to call that spot, or I don't see it, especially with what else you have on the roster. I don't see it unless that'd be interesting.
All right, Mike, I can see it.
I'll wait for the pick to be.
See it?
I see it.
You guys can say it. If five of you see it, go ahead and say it.
With the 14th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Kyle Hamilton, safety, Notre Dame.
Right.
That's true BP. It's got to be. Like
that's why we didn't have him. He was going to be.
So to finish my thought, if you pick up if you have Hamilton, that means you're possibly thinking most likely that Brandon Stevens is going to move the corner.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Does he become safety 2 and Clark is safety 3? Chris, you're muted.
Chris, you're muted.
My bad. The Ravens traded Marquise Brown to the Cardinals.
Are you kidding me?
For what?
I believe the 23rd pick.
23rd pick.
Come on, Devin Lloyd. He's still in play, baby. He's still
Someone
in
was
play,
just
baby.
talking about
Let's
that.
fix it all.
Yeah, we heard the rumor today. We heard
Someone was talking about it on a space today that they were talking about how that could happen. There's
We
some
heard
guy
the rumor.
ranting and raving, but ended up being right. Man, he's gonna be annoying when
So we
I
traded
told you.
100.
What did I tell you 3 months ago, Mike?
100 in Hollywood to the Cardinals for 23.
You told me.
So 100 in Hollywood for 23.
George Thicken Pickens, baby.
Traylon Burks, baby.
R is going to be.
Come on, Devin Lloyd. That's Devin Lloyd territory right there, baby. Get all your popcorn ready.
They probably
Unless there's Trevor Petting, you still got to worry about that, bro.
I imagine they told you before they made that move because you know that's it. So I'm sure they probably told you.
So they traded Hollywood and the pick 100 for the 23rd pick.
Yeah, so that's the equivalent of the 28th pick if you subtract the difference.
So they got a first
Hollywood for the 28th. So it's pretty solid. It is interesting. I was on that same space. Someone was talking about how Hollywood recently tweeted something like, I forgot what it was, something about someone lying or who's true to you or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? They have real lives, whether it's related to this. But it's really interesting. It'll be interesting to see.
He was another guy.
I mean, Lamar been best friends with Bateman since
off his social media. He did that earlier. He took all the Raven stuff down off his social media. He got off Twitter.
Hollywood?
Yeah, I think the play was already in play. And that's a good fit for him offensively.
I'm going to have Josh go back and remember the other day he said how you can search the M's. I'm pretty sure I called this. Go back and look. I hated it.
You did. You 100% did. I'm not even
you said that
debating that.
months ago. You said it months ago.
You said this back in I think it was week 16. You said it.
Yeah, while the season was still going on, you said it.
It hurt my heart because that's my June 4th birthday buddy.
So Hollywood played with Kyler, right?
Yes,
he did. He played with Kyler.
And they both shared toy racing cars, bunk beds.
but they both fit on the bottom bunk.
So this wow. So Arizona did this to cover up for the signing of the guy to Jacksonville.
Christian Kirk.
Was it Kirk?
Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Hey,
but you just got more injury prone and more drops.
Nah, I think Hollywood's better than Christian Kirk.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, when he's healthy.
I mean, he's probably been healthier than Christian Kirk.
Yeah, he hasn't missed any regular season game, I don't think, right? Has he missed regular
Oh,
season?
I'm sorry. He just been MIA in a lot of games. My bad.
Maybe his
Hollywood
first
missed a game this year.
If we comparing him to Christian Kirk is not it.
No.
And this is the thing too about why they would probably do that trade for the Cardinals sense is because I think they're both like really good friends and they like game with each other all the time.
Oh yeah.
On
You go on
Twitch.
their Twitch stream, they're always playing each other on their Twitch.
Yeah,
stream.
so that's a way.
really?
That's one way to keep your seemingly disgruntled quarterback happy is you get his, little butt buddy that you got.
Yeah, that's
Willing to
the
give up the 23rd pick too to do it.
Damn. Oh, so
I guess we're hanging out to the 23rd at least,
Yes,
unless
sir.
we're trading up.
let's do it.
The only thing
Damn.
that sucks now
Did y'all
is
see
the
this
wide
Houston
receiver
pick?
run happened.
Kenyon Green.
Oh,
Wow.
Kenyon Green to the
I like
Texans.
Kenyon Green a lot. I mean, that's a little bit of a reach, but
I like him too.
I like Kenyon Green a lot.
There was some stuff that came out earlier this week about some rumors about there being a knee issue with him and he might drop, but I guess it's not significant enough.
Yeah, can
I
play
like
a
him.
bunch of different positions on the O line. So I
Yep.
mean, you get that versatility.
Put him right next to Tunsil.
And he's looking for balance when he pulls, man.
Oh yeah.
So I've been doing my research on Hamilton. People have been comparing him to Derwin James, Cam Chandler, a better version of Isaiah Simmons.
Well, we'll get to watch him a bunch.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
will.
Let's do
Yes,
it.
sir.
Initial,
Chop it up.
initial reactions. Do you think he becomes the 2 and Clark goes to third safety, or what do you think happens there?
yeah.
That's gonna be the intriguing thing, man, is where, like, not so much where do they play him. I mean, I think he'll be, like you said, safety too, but it's like, how do they employ
Much.
him?
Yeah.
I think Clark's the rover.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you think that helps the interior, the middle of the
That
field?
will, that would help.
Problem
Yeah.
solved.
But once again, you still need that. Well, you have Queen, and you still have that big hole in the middle. You're getting there.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes me laugh, and I'm not saying you guys because I know that it's not you guys. By the way, they could still take Penning at 23, but anyway. This fan base dogs Marquise Brown nonstop. And the second that they trade him, it's what a dumb move. Fan reactions are just so crazy to me sometimes.
There's another receiver coming in.
George Pickens.
That was my guy.
There's another receiver coming in. I think he's in Tennessee. I'm just saying.
Cap-wise, it's the right move to make.
Yeah.
Hollywood is not,
Yep.
even
Not
year
13
5,
million.
he's expensive. Yeah, 13 million. That's not nothing. And then they weren't going to sign him beyond that. So
No. So now you can take that 13 million and split it up with AJ Brown, and I don't know, sign him to a long-term deal and call it a day.
Or
Or Debo Samuel.
Debo.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get crazy.
Or who's the other disgruntled second rounder that's out there in that same class?
DK Metcalf.
Yep. You got 13 million, you better spend it.
well, wide receiver does become a huge need now, huh? We got
Yeah.
I mean, we have on the board we have Treylon Burks, we have George Pickens, Jahan Dotson. Who else we got here?
Sky Moore.
Sky Moore, Mechie, Pickens, Pierce.
Yeah, I would say those are probably the 3 guys who've had first round buzz.
But this signals a change in the offensive philosophy, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Singles. Big signals. Big smoke signals. No more quick screens. No more this, no more that. We're going to work the numbers. Working outside.
With George Pickens.
or AJ or DK
Or AJ.
or Debo, whoever you're paying, you're going to get a top-notch receiver. That is apparent after this trade. You've made room for that.
And let's remember, Lamar tweeted about a specific wide receiver in his class last week.
George Pickens.
So let's just keep that in mind.
He's sticking.
I mean, he did pick Hollywood the first time, and they had a falling out.
Yeah, but Pickens actually makes sense this time.
And
in addition to the $13 million next year, they got Hollywood was scheduled to make just over $2 million this year, so it's not it's a decent chunk too.
So how much did that save them this year?
$2 million.
How much?
$2 million.
Oh, only 2. Oh, okay.
I gotta raise a glass.
He just tweeted. Wish I could have played with my brother forever, but I'ma see you at the top at LJ Era 8.
Damn, man. That sucks.
Hollywood. This was for you.
I like Hollywood, man, but
I liked Hollywood more than most people, but
y'all know me, man. You know Hollywood is my guy, but at the end of the day, if you're not gonna pay him, you gotta capitalize and get the value when you can get it.
Yep.
Getting a first round pick is huge. Like that's ridiculous value. Like,
and what Dan said, like they're never gonna pay him. Like
whoa,
they're not gonna pay him.
Did you guys see what I just saw?
No.
I just heard a whoa.
What? Where?
When Kerry says whoa, I gotta stop what I'm doing.
Who did the Redskins just pick?
Oh my God.
You saw it, Cole?
Yeah, you can say it.
AJ Brown is traded to the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ooh! Stop it! What?
This is what I was talking about, Cole. Chaos. Just pure chaos.
Is chaos.
Wow.
I knew he was getting traded, but why did the Eagles? No.
What did they give up? The 18th pick. Hold on.
We did, like they said, F these picks. Give me players.
18th and a third. Is what it looked like to me.
Yeah, so pick 18 and 101 for AJ Brown. Damn.
Absolute chaos.
That's
That's healthy.
He's on his.
But that doesn't make the Eagles better. It doesn't.
It does. I think hell yeah, it does. It does.
Who gonna get him the ball?
Jalen Hurts.
Stop.
Well, they got a couple. They have 2 firsts next year, right?
Who's the stud next year?
Like receivers are flying off the board too.
Hey, look, if Ryan Tannehill could get him the ball, Jalen Hurts could get him the ball.
Did you guys see the Washington pick? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Johnny Dotson.
John Dotson. Yeah.
Best hands in the draft.
He's good.
I mean, McLaren might be on the move. There's another one.
Oh, that's a good point.
Go get
Who are you talking about, Denard? McLaurin?
Yeah. That's another one.
That's a good one.
He just down the street.
That's a good one.
Right down the street.
Throw that second round pick at him. Here you go.
Hey. Let's go.
Hey.
Let me throw a crazy idea out there for you guys. What if they go get a wide receiver to replace and go get an Odell Beckham Jr.? Just saying.
It's a couple vets out there.
There's a couple.
That or Jarvis Landry and then draft George Pickens.
I like that. Definitely getting some attitude on the offense, that's for sure.
I think you definitely need it.
Oh, there goes Zion Johnson.
You're getting some serious attitude between Pickens and Landry.
And then have Peters on the other side. Practice wouldn't get done. They be jawing all practice. We go run some routes. No, coach, we still trash talking.
Man, Cardinals getting clowned. Somebody said, imagine trading 23 for Hollywood when somebody just gave 18 for AJ Brown.
Hey, that's true.
True.
Does make it look extra bad. Yeah.
Hey, Denard, you see the question on the bottom?
Yeah. He's not going to be playing the middle, like in the nickel, he's going to be the nickel, the rover / nickel in Mike's defense, which is literally controlling the under zone. So I can see Chuck Clark either moving and being a dime linebacker next to Queen and having Queen rush the quarterback in certain situations when you want to get a athletic corner on the field to cover a slot. But I think you're seeing that they're going to be playing a lot of zone with 3 safeties. And having Marcus Williams in the back and then have Hamilton and Clark drop down in the box when you're just – that's different.
Damn.
And it's not like it's new. I mean, you go back to 2019 after TJ got hurt. Chuck was down in the box all the time.
Yeah. And they would have did the same thing if TJ didn't get hurt. They would have had Chuck and TJ on the field down in the box.
I think that's kind of the role that they've probably always wanted him in, mostly, to kind of be the down guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's been doing it, so it's not like a new thing. Right? I think, like Kerry said, the more interesting question is, how do you use Hamilton? I think you already know what you're going to do with Chuck. Keep doing what you've been doing.
Another trade? Is this the original trade or is this a new trade?
What?
It just said trade on my screen. Tennessee. Oh, Tennessee got this pick from.
Yeah, this was the Eagles pick.
Gotcha.
That's crazy.
Johnson, just in case y'all didn't announce that.
Yeah, we got Dotson. We got Zion Johnson to the Chargers.
I mean, could Chuck – here's the thing. Is Chuck on the block?
The cap savings is pretty minimal, but, I mean, he could be.
Or it's setting up at the very least where when his contract is up, you don't have to extend him.
Yeah. I mean, but he's been playing well enough that I wouldn't mind paying him again.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you sign Marcus Williams and then you draft a safety at 14. So, I mean, the writing is kind of.
It is showing up. You got Brandon Stevens.
Yeah.
They're one way or the other.
At the very least, is leverage where he can't, he can't come in there making, big demands.
But once again, this is you're seeing the change in the roster in terms of they're going to be playing a lot of 3 safety looks.
Yeah.
A ton of them.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
It's like you said, very, very similar. Because we watched it. We watched a couple games. I mean, Dax Hill, whether you considered him a corner or safety, whatever you considered him, they had 2 other safeties out there, and they had Dax Hill out there a lot. So
a lot. That's why I feel like Devin Lloyd is a natural shoot. And then your defensive secondary is you go get some 2 or 3 corners in the second and the third round. And then you just start filling in offensive linemen from there, from that compensatory 3rd round pick, and just start getting a couple offensive linemen, a couple D linemen.
Yeah.
And then go get Deebo Samuel, call it a day.
Yeah, build defense back to front. You hear that. You talk about coaches like Saban, like Belichick, they work secondary to the front.
He got a new contract too. AJ Brown gets 4-year extension, $100 million, 57 guaranteed.
Holy shit, that's 25 AAV.
Damn.
Pay that man.
Damn.
I said it earlier. I was like, give him $100 million, you straight.
Our receivers have been getting paid.
Hell yeah, they have.
Debo want the same thing. You willing to pay it for Debo?
Somebody's gonna give it to him.
Shit, not my money, but if somebody else wants to pay it, go
ahead. Crazy to see Jermaine Johnson slip. He didn't get drafted, right? I didn't.
Nope, he hasn't gotten drafted.
So you guys remember I told you a few days ago I got told he had some character concerns and was off some teams' boards, and
he's gonna end up in Green Bay.
He might end up in Baltimore at 23.
Well,
Green Bay at 22.
If it had been anybody else when Chris showed it to me, I'd have been like, yeah, they smoking. But when it was Peter Kim, like, he's been around the league for 50 damn years or however long he's been around. If he's going to hear stuff, he's got connections and he's going to hear stuff and he's not going to put out BS. So
how about that? Hollywood
Damn.
gave us a 1,000-yard season and netted us a first-round pick.
Thank you, little guy.
You have,
Yeah.
Get your juice box and get on it.
So
thank you, little guy.
he's got the same agent as AJ Brown and all the other guys, right?
Yep.
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 That
Man,
dude
see
is
it?
getting paid.
Arizona has got to be like, you see AJ Brown get the other Philadelphia get AJ Brown for not that different. A difference between the two offers was a 62nd pick, so not that much difference. And then AJ Brown gets a huge contract too, so they just kind of screwed you twice. So
You can see that Kyler Murray probably played a pivotal role in that, like Chris said earlier.
Good question
Yeah.
here from the chat.
Yeah.
So do we think they'll go wide receiver at 23, or what do you guys think?
The only one I would touch is George Pickens, but I'm not sure how the Ravens feel about him because we did hear about some bad interviews and attitude stuff as far as this whole pre-draft process is going. But talent-wise, he's the only one I would touch at 23 because
I'm
one just
not a big
went
Burks
off.
guy.
I like Burks, but the Titans just took him.
Well, that's just rap.
yeah,
I really like that. I would have liked that fit with the Ravens because
Okay,
he wouldn't have been asked to be the main guy.
Yeah, he literally is the comp to AJ Brown.
AJ
I
Brown,
was gonna
right?
say similar guy. Yeah. Similar
Yeah.
place.
They just said we're not paying you $25 million to go run back shoulder routes.
So that makes
You got
you
a younger
wonder.
version
Like,
of
it
you and
seems
25
like
million. Yep.
some of
Yeah,
these teams are trading guys and then just picking with that pick to get the replacement. So what would make sense for replacing Hollywood?
Hey, something just hit me right now. And I've been thinking about this through the pre-draft process. And what I've been saying to myself is Calvin Austin is the kind of player that the Ravens would need if they didn't have Hollywood. He's tough. He can run after the catch. Very physical. He does not play like a 5'7", 165, 70 pounder, whatever it is. I'm just saying he could be the Hollywood replacement and add more than Hollywood did as far as run after the catch and toughness and the kind of physicality the Ravens want to play with.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Now, is this also a move to free up reps for Duvernay and Wallace?
That's a good question. That's another good one.
You got those guys got to play. I mean, Duvernay's been playing, but Wallace, Prochet, these guys got to play.
Yeah, all three of them.
You got to see what you got.
I think you need a vet. And that's why I brought up OBJ. Like, I think they need a vet now.
Yeah, they will.
OBJ is going to be out for a while, right?
I would
He
assume so.
probably will make I mean, if he went into camp, he'd probably be on PUP.
Yeah.
So maybe 6 weeks into the season.
You know they'll get one. That's their move. They'll get a vet somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I think Landry is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The attitude, man, I love it.
And
Yeah.
you freed up cap room now too.
Yeah, he can still play, but he just brings a mentality that is no nonsense.
And he gets to play Cleveland twice a year.
Mm.
And you literally told that man he wasn't good enough to be with Deshaun Watson. That's what you told that man.
Ravens going to have some interesting options here coming up.
I'm so in like a I'm just I didn't prepare for 23. I'm not prepared for this at all.
Nobody did. Nobody saw it coming.
Well, actually, I guess I traded back so many times. And actually, Dan, you remember I kept saying trade back from 14 for 23 and 55. And my trade back was always Andrew Booth at 23. So, I mean, that'd be nuts to go get a corner now that you just have put this much into your DBs. But
Also,
you still got McDuffie out there too.
McDuffie's still
yeah,
out there.
McDuffie. You got Lloyd. You got Jermaine Johnson.
You could go Duffy and have your
I would go JJ. I know they need a receiver, but I would focus on 45 for a receiver, and I'd go get
agree.
JJ.
I agree.
For Penny,
Has McDuffie have any experience in the slot?
A
little bit.
I'd have to look it up. All the games that I watched, he was outside.
Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't see him play.
Early on, he had some. Well, early on, he had some.
2019, maybe.
Yeah.
in the slot, something like that. Because they still had what's his name? Buda Baker was there. Sidney Jones was there. His freshman year, I think those guys were there.
I still think Penning could be in play at 23. Obviously,
not anymore.
I would guess this one. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank
Yes!
God! Yes, thank God! We did it!
Indy face.
Oh, Bill!
And Raptors part of the game.
Let's go.
Imagine he turns into an All-Pro.
I was gonna say this poor guy. What's he done? What's he done to anybody? He's just trying to realize his dream.
Rasheed Walker coming to Baltimore.
Lock up your bikes. Put a lock on your bikes.
Hey, what if they throw a curveball and they go Linderbaum at 23?
Okay, so let's talk about it. Because, let's talk about it. Because first of all, I didn't make the bet. The bet was for pick 14, so it's cool.
No, that's Dev and Chris.
But seriously, what if they did pick Linderbaum at 23? What do we think?
I like it. I would like it at 23. I'd gladly take that.
Yeah, I wouldn't hate that, man. I wouldn't hate that
I
at all.
hate it a lot less. I still don't think he fits the scheme, but it's again, it pushes McCary out to tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the big thing, and this is the thing that I almost wanted to offer to my opponents in the Linderbaum debate because no one ever brings it up, but they have zone concepts installed in their office. I know you guys know this, but they have zone concepts installed. It's not something foreign to the offense. So if they want to make a shift in their play calling, it's not as big of a deal as we have to spend the summer installing new concepts, new ways of playing, put them in a position to succeed. Could make sense.
Yeah. I always thought the issue with him was going to be more in pass protection than the run game. I thought he was going to be fine in the run game either way, because even in their gap stuff, he's back blocking on people, and yeah, somebody can run through you on a back block if you're undersized and you don't have an anchor. But he's a strong dude. So I think they can make it work in the run game. Pass protection, that was kind of my bigger concern. But like you told us a bunch of times, Giro said I can hide a center.
Yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah, and
he's put on some weight during the process too. He's put on a few pounds.
I wonder how much putting on the weight was to check boxes for teams, and then you might see that weight shed off as the season approaches.
Yeah, that's true too.
And to be fair, like I thought he'd test way better than he did at his pro day, but to be fair, he was coming off injury, so I don't want to be like he tested, like he still tested well. So he was still like 98th percentile. But I thought he'd beat Bradbury's numbers. He played more athletic, in my opinion. But, was that because he added 10 pounds? Is it because he's coming off a foot injury? Obviously, it's hard to say. But, it goes back to what Thorne said on Waldman's pod. And I think he said it really well. The Eagles for years had to help Jason Kelce on the inside and leave their tackles on islands. And that is how you hide your center in pass protection. I think the big thing with Linderbaum that does help him is he's really, really crafty with leverage, as was Kelce. So, his ability to do that is going to mask some of his natural size issues. But at the same time, like a 6'2" dude is a 6'2" dude. Like it's going to work against him. He's got, he plays with good hand skill, but he's always going to lack that natural length. So.
I don't know if you saw it. Speaking of Thorne, because this might have been behind his paywall, but they did another film room on Linderbaum.
It was Saturday.
It was just Saturday. I started watching it this morning because Saturday basically was the same size. He was like 6'2", 290, maybe 295, something like that. And he was talking about some of the things that people point out as maybe weaknesses for Linderbaum. He thinks there are things that can be corrected, like through technique. He says, like, I think some of this stuff he can actually compensate for with different footwork and kind of different techniques. So, who knows? Obviously, that's one guy's opinion. But, yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it. But we'll see. Like you said, we hadn't prepared for 23. Well, you did because you had it in some trade backs in your mocks. But I hadn't thought about it at all.
I usually was trading back for a corner. I felt like it felt like the trade back for Andrew Booth scenario where you kind of have a guy that you consider a red star in your system. So trade back and get him at the better value might make sense. But again, do you go, they still have a need at corner, but do you go corner after just getting Hamilton? right now you have to assume Brandon Stevens is going to be doing a lot of that Dax Hill role, playing in the slot, doing some outside work.
I honestly, I would think Devin Lloyd might be the guy, to be honest.
Would make a lot of sense.
Could be.
I would.
The Patriots are going to take him and piss me off.
You think so?
He is the Patriot
yeah.
guy.
He's that Dante Hightower kind of dude that they like.
Yeah. Either him or Quay Walker. I thought the Patriots could take Quay Walker too. I think Quay is the kind of guy. People might not think he's the first round pick. I'm sure people feel about him, but I like him a lot.
Don't mind me. I'm ordering dinner.
What are you getting?
Yeah, what's on?
I'm on DoorDash right now. I'm figuring it out.
Scrolling.
We know Chris had the China.
Right now, I'm on Nathan's famous hot dogs.
Chris had the China food. So.
China food, baby. Yeah, for me, it would either be Lloyd or Jermaine Johnson.
I just think Jermaine Johnson's just the better value, but
it would be.
You think the Steelers would take Jermaine Johnson?
I know who the Steelers are taking.
Do you know?
They're gonna take a quarterback.
Jermaine Johnson.
They got to take a quarterback.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think they done telegraphed this through the process that it's going to be a quarterback.
Look, my guy
Pretty
Mike
nice
T.
for them.
Oh.
First choice.
How about this?
Josina
Yeah, I was about to
Anderson
say, Josina's just said some crazy stuff that makes a lot of sense.
So, team source on thinking behind trading Ravens wide receiver Marquise Brown. That was something he wanted in the end. New beginnings for Brown lands in a good situation. Hollywood wanted out.
Hey, that follows the theme. We had Hurst wanted out, Orlando Brown. Now this little guy.
Yeah.
Those Oklahoma dudes, they're not about this life.
Nope.
You ain't about it, get out.
Andrew signed.
Yeah. Well, Andrew's
he was the only one they chose to sign. They gave him money to stay. He would have left too.
If you're Hollywood and your trump card is speed and deep balls, and we did this back in 2020 where I charted all those snaps. He gets open constantly.
Yeah.
But the ball's not always there. Now he's got his drops and he's got to own that. That's on his resume. You can't sugarcoat that or make that go away. But he gets open a lot and he gets open deep a lot. You got to be able to put the ball on him.
Yeah. That's even more impressive to get that value in a trade when the guy asks out, as opposed to you controlling the situation.
Yeah.
I mean, even go back to Hollywood's tweet, the Soldier tweet. Like, was he ever that happy here? Like, did he ever really see him? I don't know. It makes you wonder, eh? Like, just going through everything.
Maybe he was happy to play with Lamar, but just not happy to be in this
in
system.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he wanted to be somewhere warm.
Go back to when they drafted him. They knew the style of offense they were going to be running. They had a pick of any wide receiver. It always felt a little weird in a run first offense to go with a 5'9" guy that's not like, just wasn't a blocker. I don't know. It's hard to.
Well, if the thought was we're going to leverage all of that run game and go play action and throw the ball over people's heads.
Right.
Which they did, to be fair.
I saw it. It made sense. But if at the end, like you just said, it turns out this was more about what he wanted.
I guess it was just like, could you have gotten someone to do both? Like would AJ Brown have done both for you? And I don't know. But you are right, because that's what we saw in 2019. That's what people don't talk about. Guys were running wide open. And how many times did we say, for the first time in forever, Baltimore receivers are running wide open again? And it was because of what they did to the middle of the defense, pulling them up to play the run, and then they just throw over their head.
Yeah, G-Rose got a trick. He's got one trick, and it's a good trick. But once you've seen it, it's not as good a trick. So he has to continue to evolve what he does. And I'm probably the biggest Greg Roman supporter in here. But But yeah, he's got to continue to evolve what he does, and I think he's done that a little bit each year. But I think the problem with the fan base is it's never enough. Like he tweets certain things, like it's not enough. You got to do more.
Steelers get their quarterback.
For that.
What are you guys' thoughts on that?
His little hands.
Look, he could barely hold his cell phone. Look at it.
I'm seeing it in real time. I'm probably behind you.
They really went with him.
Yeah, that's surprising, man.
Ooh,
I thought they would go with Malik.
Yeah, I figured it'd be this.
Why are you going to get a statuesque quarterback? No. You're not hitting lightning in the bottle twice. You're just not.
In what scenario is he ever better than the fourth best quarterback in the division? I just can't.
How is he not even the best quarterback on his roster?
I just tweeted, can't wait to see them tiny ass hands twice a year.
Who's that OC? Is this still Matt Canada? Or they got somebody?
Yeah, it's still Canada.
They're still okay. Because Canada was at Pitt. I don't know if he was at Pitt when Pickett was there. He was OC at Pitt.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there could have been a connection.
Damn.
He might have recruited Pickett.
First QB off the board at pick 20.
So there could be a connection there. And Canada might be, if there is that connection, Canada might be like, hey, I can make this work. I've done it before. I can make this work.
So
Maybe
if
they get their pick guy.
If New England goes inside linebacker and then Green Bay goes Johnson, who are you guys thinking?
McDuffie.
Duffy?
I think you might be. I think Lloyd's in play. No.
Lloyd
Chiefs traded up. Chiefs are on the clock.
Oh shit.
Receiver.
George Pickens.
Watson?
Could be Burks.
Burks is gone.
Oh, Christian Watson.
Burks got the Titans got Burks.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Could be Christian Watson. Good call. Could be Christian Watson.
Man, Jermaine Johnson sacking Kenny Pickett for multiple fumbles would just be the icing on the 2022 NFL draft cake.
Coach made some good points last night about on the flip side of Johnson. I hadn't thought about it. He said, hey, he had a great year last year, but he got most of his sacks in 2 games against the Hurricanes, and I forget who the other team was. And I was like, he's pretty much quiet for the rest of that season. I hadn't really even paid attention to that.
I didn't love the game against Wake Forest, that's for sure. That game was like Zach Tom bullied him. They moved him away from Zach Tom and sent him at the redshirt freshman.
I liked his game against Icky. That was a really, really fun battle. I think he gave Icky some problems that game.
Yeah, that was the one once we got that game. That was the one that really kind of sold me. I was like, okay, if you can go up against another guy who's projected to be a legit dude in the NFL, and you give him some problems, then I'm good. I'm good with you. But there's got to be a reason why he's falling. There's got to be. Like Cole, you mentioned that there's something.
There's something. Yeah. There's the trade compensation came in. So pick 21 for 29, 94, and 121. So a later third.
One for 29, 94, and 121.
Yeah.
98%.
Oh, so close.
Solid.
Again.
Yep.
JJ.
I could see this being Pickens here for Kansas City. Because I heard that Andy Reid said, based off of how teams were playing them, they wanted to get some more size at wide receiver.
You don't get more size than George Pickens in this draft class. He's 6'2", but he plays like he's 9'10".
Right.
I'm interested to see it. Okay.
Oh.
What we got?
Oh.
All right, so Green Bay has to take Pickens here.
It's not a good look for Dan. What did I miss? I just came back. You okay over there, Dan?
I wonder if
Here's
James
some
fell
KC.
asleep.
Can you blame him? It's like 3 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah. Well, he's getting on a plane at 6 a.m. his time to go to New York.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be meeting up with them on Saturday with him and Dev.
That's gonna be sweet.
You taking them to the court?
Nah, they're not ready for that. They're not ready for that.
I would love to come down to go.
You trying to go to the court?
Oh,
oh man, Chris would cross me up so fast. I'd be on the ground rolling around.
I started playing men's league again this year. I forgot how much I missed it.
Did you
I
guys
didn't
see
say I
the
played
pick?
men's league well.
Oh,
You saw the pick?
I saw it. That's interesting.
Very.
That makes sense, though, right? No?
Who do
I
they
don't
have?
think
They
it was
got
a big
Snead?
need of theirs.
Yeah, they got Snead, right? What's his name? Generic.
Trent McDuffie, cornerback, Washington.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as you said Snead, I was like, all right, it took it.
No, they have
The Green Bay's got to take Jermaine Johnson, right?
I don't know. They need wide receiver.
Yeah. They starting to play with fire.
But to Denard's point, they do like to have multiple edge rushers.
And Za'Darius Smith or whatever the dude just left.
Yeah, Za'Darius left, so they still got.
we don't talk about him on this stream.
Rashawn Gary, who had a good year. And is Preston Smith still there?
Yeah,
he's still there.
He's the other side, so they're gonna want two per user.
They got Gary and Smith, Reed, Clark, and Lowry in the middle.
And they don't want to help out Aaron Rodgers.
But you got to think they had Preston Smith and Za'Darius, and they still drafted Gary.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they like to have those three, and they certainly don't like to draft wide receivers early.
I'm just looking at the Chiefs. So they have Snead, DeAndre Baker, and Rashad Fenton. So that's enough.
I mean, they know what division they're in now with Russell Wilson and the cat in California who literally can't miss. I'd love that quarterback in San Diego. That dude.
And Spagnuolo and his defense.
That Zion Johnson pick was real big for them. He fits their scheme really well.
Are the Chiefs the third best team in that division now?
Shoot. Could be.
Yeah.
You got to come take
it. Make the argument.
It ain't on paper.
You got to come take it, but on paper, Denver look like they about to take it and some bag of chips.
We're gonna see. I don't bet
Packers pick is in.
I don't do it. What is going on over there?
I think the Ravens trade out of 23 just to fuck with everybody's day.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him trade back again. I could see it.
Who?
The Ravens.
Whatever gets me George Pickens. I just want George Pickens.
You gotta keep trading back. I don't think his value is this high.
I just didn't pay attention to wide receivers, so I feel real blind right here.
I'm not going to say who the Packers picked, but all the guys that we talked about are on the board.
Oh Jesus!
Good Lord!
They didn't take Jermaine Johnson. They didn't take Devin Lloyd.
So they have their pick of the litter.
And they pick a D tackle. I haven't seen it yet.
So Dan is right. They might go back there.
No,
my 4 or 5 guys that they were willing to take it.
Exactly. Yeah, if it's that many guys on the board.
My best friend is a Packers fan, so he hit me up.
I feel like the board of players that the Ravens would have picked at 15 and 23 aren't really different. Like there weren't many players that went off the board that I'm really upset about. McDuffie, maybe.
Yeah, I would have liked
McDuffie's the only one I'm kind of like, if we could have got him later.
Burks would have been nice, I guess. Penning would have been fine at this point, but like really, I'm not that upset with any of those picks that left. So
yeah, we can give him 2 jet sweeps a game.
Johnson.
All I'm gonna say, man, is the Packers.
Really? He's
Yeah.
the first one off the board?
Okay, it's a linebacker.
Yo, Ravens traded with
It's
the
a
Bills.
linebacker.
Ravens traded with the Bills.
Okay.
I
We,
knew they were going to trade back.
we go back
Yeah,
too.
Thought they're coming a mile away.
I mean, they only traded back to 25.
Yeah,
But that's what I think they're going to do. Just
It's
grab
beautiful.
some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
What do
grab
you-
an
what-
extra fourth to use for later or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Cowboys, who knows what they're going to do?
Cowboys might take a center.
They
All
can,
right.
yeah.
So what?
They,
Oh,
they
so
can take
23, 25.
I don't know who their center is. They can take Linderbaum.
So what they get?
It
to
was
bridge
Travis
that gap?
Frederick, but I think he's done, or at least like having
Oh,
to
yeah,
figure
he's
out
been
his health
done.
issues.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been done.
Quay
Quay
Walker.
Walker.
Going
That
to
is
first.
crazy.
Didn't know where.
Hey,
That is wild.
he
That
been
is
gaining
nuts.
steam the last couple of days.
Yeah,
you know,
he has.
based off rumors.
It's the traits.
Why?
That's crazy, man.
He's big and fast.
But he wasn't. He looked more lost than Dean.
They must think
We
they
agree
I guess Green
that's
Bay
a
just
terrible
likes
pick for
lost
the
people.
Packers, right?
And don't they have Campbell, who's just an all pro?
Yeah.
They do not help Aaron Rodgers
They
at all.
suck at the
It's like the
draft.
funniest
It's
thing.
so
They're like,
bad.
we got him under contract. We don't have to do anything now. We don't have to make him happy.
Oh, Lord.
What the hell?
They got a streak going, right? About not picking a wide receiver in the first.
Yeah.
Will the Bills jump up and take a running back right here?
Who would they want to jump ahead of Dallas to get?
An O-line seems to be their big
O-line?
Linderbaum.
O-line? May.
But the-
Who's
So
their
the
center?
Ravens-
Linderbaum?
So the Ravens got the 25th and 100 and the 130th pick.
Morse. Yeah, it wouldn't be that.
So they grabbed 130,
130?
which is a 4th round pick. It's spot on the JJ, so it makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's not bad at all.
So fuck you, JJ haters.
So how many fourths do they have now? Like 5?
6.
6?
God.
Jesus.
And they don't have 100 anymore.
Like, you got to do something with that.
You got to move up from 45 and take George Pickens. Like,
Hey, I'm with it.
Well,
I'm with
what if
it.
they just took all that stuff and just took another third, like take it 25 and then trade back into the first round again and get a third first round pick?
What about Ebiketie at 25? So you think that's too rich?
No, I don't think so.
He
I
got
can see-
juice.
Johnson's still on the board.
Yeah, Jermaine
Got
Johnson's still on the
juice.
board. Jermaine
He ain't
Johnson
going to
is all
Buffalo.
over
He could go to
Justin
Dallas though. I can see Dallas taking Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah.
Just because.
Do you think Buffalo takes Booth?
Oh yeah, they wanted to sign. Well,
Yeah.
Dallas that deal
Yeah.
fell through with
That's a
what's
good
his
call,
name?
Dan. Buffalo needs a corner. They got who's the top guy they have? He's coming off injury.
Tre'Davious White.
Yeah.
They even lost the guy that made the mistake in the Chiefs game. He was their other corner. Can't think of his name.
Levi Wallace.
Levi Wallace.
Did they lost Levi Wallace?
Didn't he? Or
I don't know.
did they
I was
re-sign
asking.
him?
I'm not sure.
He was-
I was asking.
He went to the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
So they got Teron Johnson in the slot, but they don't have another outside corner opposite Trey White.
So what? Yeah. So
But would you jump Dallas for a corner? Did they need a corner? Would they go?
It's
No, I
not
don't
one of
think
their
they need a
needs.
Yeah.
I would say I think Jermaine Jones is the jump up.
Oh, they lost Jerry Hughes, or they haven't re-signed him. So maybe that's
Yeah.
the play.
Or they could be going with like Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
makes
they
sense.
like the trenches.
I mean, that fits a 4-3 to a T.
Maybe Andrew Booth season.
Could be. Yeah, I don't think any of those. I don't think there's a running back going in the first, right? Brees Hall, Kenneth Walker, they're not going in the first. I wouldn't think.
There's no way they trade up for a running back.
Yeah, I don't think they- you never know. It's the draft. You never know.
It's just like I just don't know who they jump Dallas for. A lot of their fans wanted Dax Hill,
Could
But-
be that.
but they have like two safeties and Poirier, and unless they see him but then they have Teron Johnson, so you'd have to kind of see him as an outside.
Yeah, their safeties are good. I like both. They got a good safety.
It's kind of looking at Poyer and Hyde and being like, maybe that's what Baltimore wants to do with Williams and Hamilton. Like it just they play too high a ton, right?
They have
Yeah.
110, 119, 128, 130, 139, 141, 190. What? You can literally build out your entire D line in that one stretch.
So they're gonna trade one for a 3rd-round pick next year.
Yeah.
They'll do
You can, you can
And
book that one.
That's fantastic, deal. So basically, they just grabbed a 3rd for a fourth for this trade back of 2 spots. If
That's
they
great.
then trade that back for next year, they could have changed 2 spots right here for a 3rd-round pick next year. Think about it that
That's
way.
an EDC playing that board.
That's genius.
They
That's what
theoretically
they
could
should
do
do.
it twice in the 4th round this year. We don't need that many players.
Sure.
Who is the tactician they just hired from Cleveland?
Oh,
Sashi.
Sashi Brown.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like his influences.
Well, that's what Mike said. Mike said that as soon as we got him. You had that article.
But they both, but to EDC, he's in that whole paper, that Loser's Curse, Cade Massey, Richard Thaler. He loves that shit. He loves it just as much as Shasi, much as Sashi loves it.
yeah.
So
he's trading back years is a huge play because the league has like a 1-round adjustment, but just like the JJ, it's just like a made up thing, right? Like there's like no logic behind that other than it's an easy thing to do. So moving up a whole round for 1 year is it's such an easy market inefficiency to take advantage of. So if you can get extra force and then trade them back for a 3rd, that's such a good thing to do.
And that's what they talked about in that Loser's Curse paper. They say it's like the biggest discount going. Future year picks. Like you can go up a whole round, sometimes 2 rounds.
What is
you
that,
guys see the pick?
What is that? Yeah. What is that loser curse?
The Loser's Curse. It might have came out in the early 2000s, but it was these 2 dudes who looked at the draft trade market and basically came to the conclusion. They looked at surplus value, a bunch of other stuff. Basically came to the conclusion that you should essentially always trade back. You should never trade up. You should always trade back because there's so many inefficiencies and there's so many opportunities to leverage how people value picks. And that's what Sashi talked about that paper at Sloan when he did one of the panels at the Sloan conference. He said, "Yeah, I went into Cleveland and the goal was to create another draft and a half just in acquiring picks." So yeah, they both believe in that hardcore. Him and Eric.
Did you guys see the pick?
Yep, Khair Elam is the pick.
I'm surprised him
That's
over
curious.
Booth.
That's curious to me. Like, why would they jump the Cowboys? Like, why would they feel the need to jump the Cowboys?
They do need another corner opposite.
Right, but why jump?
Well, what could have happened is they might have called Dallas, and Dallas probably wanting to stick where they are, and then maybe whoever's behind Dallas wanting to stick where they are too.
Yeah.
They were the one behind Dallas.
Oh yeah, they only jumped 1 spot.
Yeah.
They just leapfrog Dallas. So who are they leapfrogging Dallas?
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
At the same time, maybe they're just like, we'll pick 130 and make sure we get the guy that's high on our board.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Theoretically, Dallas does need a corner. Like everybody hates Anthony Brown there. So I mean,
their whole secondary except for
Diggs.
That other cat is trash.
Well, yeah, Diggs is going to get you picks. He's not going to cover many people, but he's going to get you a bunch of picks.
Is this possibly Dax Hill now for them?
Cowboy, hey, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it makes some sense.
All I'm going to say is when the Ravens play the Bills, we're running it straight at Elam.
Yeah, don't they know that his cousin wasn't very good at football? So they shouldn't.
Nobody told him.
I don't think he thought it was football. I thought he was still, gangbanging and trading drugs on the field. That's how Matt Elam played.
He was an entrepreneur. Streams of revenue.
An entrepreneur. I love it.
He's looking at other streams of revenue. Supplement his NFL game checks.
You know who's a name that we haven't brought up for 23? George Karlaftis.
I know, man. Has he dropped, huh?
Yeah, that's the name that we have.
He's gonna drop right out of the first round, unless the Patriots take him in the back end.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't be my choice, that's for sure.
He seems like a Patriots guy. I mean, he likes to score touchdowns.
I can see that.
Don't do this. Don't do this. You're better than this. You're better than that. I had to tolerate it last night.
Oh my goodness.
Man,
Oh, that's great.
So who are you guys hoping for at 25?
I think I want Jermaine still, but
I do too.
I just think it makes more sense. Like it's, I don't know.
Lloyd. I'm on the Lloyd train.
Lloyd? I like
Lloyd.
I just don't want to listen to people talk about drafting an off-ball linebacker.
Yeah, they won't like it.
Yeah, that would be annoying.
Right up my alley. Let's roll, Captain.
That would
I will
be
swat away all the nonsense that comes along with it.
I'm very rarely on the public timeline, so it doesn't bother me. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I like
I mean,
I
Johnson
like
makes a lot of
JJ.
You got your both of your edge guys are coming off of surgery. It makes a lot of sense.
You know, Hollywood's already in Arizona.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I saw him on the plane.
No,
Oh,
he's like literally at their draft party.
damn.
He was there already.
Like,
Like that trade was done like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Is that Hollywood Brown over there?
is that someone's son or is that Hollywood Brown? Who's that little guy in a baseball cap?
They might be on the same gamer team. I forget who does Kyler play for. I forget. My son tells me all this stuff, like 100%.
So maybe Buffalo wanted McDuffie, and they had to say, "Hey, we had to pull the trigger and get Elam."
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, Denard, you're gonna love this Dallas pick.
Oh man,
that is ridiculous. He actually is at the draft party for Arizona on stage.
They had to go find it. He's like, "No, this ain't right."
Literally there.
That is the most ridiculous
Mad. Ain't no way.
It's crazy.
Wow.
I'll send you the clip in the chat.
Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter. It's ridiculous.
Oh wow. Okay.
Is it Lloyd? Gotta be Lloyd.
Mm-mm. It's nobody we've spoken about.
Damn, another person.
What?
What? I can't
No
wait
one
to
was
see this
talking
one.
about? Who couldn't we have talking about?
Running back? They love running backs.
No, we haven't spoken about this guy. So everybody that we talked
I see
about,
it now. Wow.
everybody that we talked about is there.
You know what? That makes sense. I
Trade
think
back
that's a
again.
good position.
Keep going.
Yeah, might as well keep the game going.
Keep going.
Yep.
You're gonna end up with what you want.
The only
Who cares?
buddy that's
Keep going.
the only one that saw Jermaine Johnson falling this far was the PFF mock draft machine because they had him ranked at 32 on their ADP.
Oh, good. I love giving PFF ammo. That's awesome.
They must really not feel confident about Tyron Smith.
So they want a left guard that can also play left tackle, right? If Tyron can't get right, but they want someone the way we want someone that can play guard if Tyron is at least healthy. So he's going to step right in at left guard, replace Connor Williams, and then kick out to left tackle if Tyron can't get right.
Okay, so it's a guard who can also play tackle. So
It's Tyler Smith. It just got announced.
I said Tyler Smith. See, I did. Tyler Smith.
I just like his tech.
Boots?
This was my problem with him. Like, how is your technique that bad for like 2 years straight and it doesn't get any better? It was one of the weirdest things that I'd seen.
DGAF. DGAF. That's how. I'm trying to get to the league.
All right, Ravens are on the clock.
All right, Johnson.
I'm hoping
Booth.
it's either Johnson or Booth or Lloyd. One of those three, I'll be good with. I mean,
They're gonna take a D tackle. You know that, right?
Who would be the DPA receiver right now? Like, who's the best receiver that's on the board?
Pickens.
Christian Watson?
Watson.
It'd be Pickens?
ESPN has it Watson, Moore, Mechie, Pickens.
Moore. Who's Moore?
Sky Moore.
Oh, Sky Moore.
Western Michigan kid, right?
Little dude.
Mm-hmm.
5'10"?
He is 5'10", 195. Yep.
I don't want any receivers under 6'2". Like, stop it.
How tall is George Pickens? 6'2"? 6'3"?
6'3".
Done.
Also 195 though. So
Sky Moore is more like a thick, like Debo Samuel type.
Yeah, he's built like a running back, man.
He's been getting the Golden Tate comp a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I love Sky Moore.
Robert Mays. He thought nobody else had it. Robert Mays was like, I'm the first person to come up.
Yeah.
He was so excited about it until he found out everybody.
Did you guys see what Charles Robinson tweeted? He said, Jermaine Johnson isn't sliding. The media had him overvalued. Good player, not elite, needs the right personality fit too.
Guys, I'm telling you, I tell you things for a reason. I promise I don't make it up.
I was just hearing things earlier today about how he was going to top 5.
There were all those reports that Detroit liked him at 2. That was all over the media. Because that's the thing. You can have 5 teams take you off your board, right? And so it looks like character concerns, but it takes one team to pick you, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you listen to these coaches, you watch these coaches clinics, and you hear the one side of it where you say, well, a kid transfers, he goes in the transfer portal because he's betting on himself. When you hear these coaches clinics and coaches like, we asked him to transfer, we wanted him out of here. You never know which side of this is the real side. They don't say that until after the kid is gone, and they tend not to say it publicly because they don't want it to hurt future recruits. But sometimes they get on these coaches clinics and they think, well, it's nothing but a room full of coaches. Nobody else is going to hear this, but it's recorded. I'm telling you, I tweeted that stuff out during the Super Bowl about Nick Saban talking about those guys not being ready for their opportunity in the national championship game. He emailed the group that put on the clinic and told me take them down. He's like, take those clips down. That wasn't supposed to get out. That was just supposed to be for coaches. Like, it's recorded, man. What do you think was going to happen? So there were some Georgia coaches who said some stuff about Jermaine Johnson. They're like, maybe he bet on himself. Maybe we wanted him up out of here.
Ravens taking their time with this pick.
Yeah,
looking for a trade.
Exactly.
Yep.
We need those fourths.
You want it? You want it? You want it? You want it?
Looking right at you, New England.
You want to come get George Karlaftis?
Can you get? Is there a limit on how many fourth rounders you can get? Just get as many as you.
36 or whatever, however many there are.
Who did the Lions trade with? Who did they trade 32 for?
The Vikings.
The Vikings. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if any QB needy teams. Maybe somebody likes Malik Willis.
I mean, depending on who you ask, they'd say the Vikings are QB needy, but I guess
You could easily get someone in the second round coming up for a fifth year option. So that's a big thing, that a team could want a quarterback and get a 5th year option.
Because it's only Pickett, right? He's the only guy that's gone. Only quarterback.
Yep.
They're taking the whole time.
Yeah, they're milking this.
Sit by the phone, wait patiently.
They're waiting. They're having that conversation. Do we really want to take Johnson?
Oh, there you go. Pick is in. I don't know what it is, but it says it's.
I don't know what it is either.
Chris will know. He'll know first.
Chris, smile big or frown sad. I feel like it's going to be Karlaftis. I really do.
Oh, I hope not.
Or Penny.
I might set the room on fire on that one.
No, Penny's gone. It can't be Penny.
I don't think you need a wide receiver I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad at George Pickens.
I would take Pickens. I
think it's
straight
a
up would.
reach. I don't, but who knows? So many have gone.
I mean, yeah, if they want to move up for him, I'd be more for that too. So
There's the board again, Chris. Can you see it?
What was that?
I mean, not even whatchamacall has leaked it. So this is tight to the best.
Mm-hmm. I know who it is.
There it is. Are you happy or not? You want to say the player? Just, are you happy or no?
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I like it. I'm definitely not mad at it.
Okay. That's like when I asked my wife something. She said, yeah.
okay, so it's not Karlaftis. Can you confirm that?
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was Karlaftis, I would not be happy.
Okay. Great.
Oh.
Thank you.
Really?
Okay, don't what?
Right.
Really, Chris?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna brace myself. I'm just gonna brace myself. I
That's
don't
what
even
we
have
do?
Pickens in on my screen yet. What the fuck?
I'm not mad at it.
Daxton Hill, get another safety.
Never have too many safeties.
Jaquan Brisker.
But maybe this answers another question.
Linderbaum, maybe.
Why? I'll wait. I'll wait to ask
based on
that question.
Chris's reaction, it's probably Linderbaum.
Oh,
Will you be running me my money?
Okay, wait, he's up. I'm gonna go.
I like it.
I'm cool with it. I'm
like
honestly cool with it. You wouldn't think that
like
I'm
it.
cool with it, but I'm cool with it.
I like
still
it.
didn't hear. Who is it?
we just heard it.
Tyler Linderbaum.
Linderbaum. Oh, he played the sound for you.
So where are you taking your what $18-20 million you just paid somebody? Where's that playing?
From Makari?
Yeah.
The same way they did with James Hurst. That's the
Back
same
up where
way
he
they did it.
belongs. He never belonged as a starting center, I don't think.
So you just paid a guy $20 million to flip flop.
Yeah, I mean they've done it before in the past. They did it
That's
with James Hurst.
stupid. Again.
Is it stupid? But when you look at what happened last year, you gotta have that guy who can play anywhere in a pinch. That's a lot of value within itself.
The Ravens O-line situation is just so unique. Like they need contingency plans at tackle, and Makari showed you that he can do it for you. So it's probably worth to pay a little bit more money for it.
But if you're playing a rookie center next to an unknown guard, you're still causing problems.
I mean, they've seen enough of those guys in pass protection, though, which is probably your biggest concern with Linderbaum, right?
Yeah, but I mean, look, at this spot, I'm totally fine with it.
Yeah,
I'm totally fine at this point because I think he's that good. I think he's that good. The size
He's gonna put on weight. He's gonna be probably about 310 by the time the season kicks around.
Yeah, size thing.
Lamar just tweeted, "What the fuck?"
Really?
He didn't see him at the draft party. He didn't know he was there. He didn't tell Lamar. Nobody told Lamar. I thought for sure they would have told him first.
Damn, Lamar.
They didn't tell Lamar.
I don't think they told him. I thought for sure they were going to tell him.
Damn, Lamar.
Well, maybe he is going to Miami. Maybe he's like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I'm out of here.
I wonder who Lamar wanted.
George
Maybe he
Pickens.
wanted. Yeah, maybe he wanted Pickens. Yeah.
Hollywood Brown. He's still on the team.
Hollywood Brown. That's who he wanted.
Yeah. Wow.
Now he's got to drive himself to the game. He's got to take him. He's drive himself to all the games now. He doesn't have anybody come get him.
I was told Ravens would not draft Tyler Linderbaum.
I did say that.
Oh, Garnett is going crazy. You know he's going crazy. He was waiting for this.
Jets just traded up too.
Yeah, traded. with
This was his
Tennessee.
guy. He's gonna be unbearable. He's already unbearable. He's gonna be more.
They're gonna take Jermaine Johnson right there. That has to be the pick.
Yeah, I can see that.
That or Lloyd or Dean.
They need an edge guy, right? They haven't taken their first pick. They took Sauce. The Jets. I missed it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Salah, that 49ers that he knows about guys on the D line, getting that rotation in there. I can see him taking an edge guy.
The big thing for Tyler Linderbaum to have success is he's going to have to be able to pass protect one-on-one because they're not going to be able to help him constantly. They just don't have the tackle play.
But what did G-Rose say during the season that slipped out? I can cover up the center.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, it's but how often are you going to have to do that, and how is that going to impact how you might have to help out tackles? Depending on.
I think the thing that can work in their favor is if they have better injury luck than they had last year. Obviously, last year was a disaster. But we saw 19, we saw 20, even 20. I'm not even going to go back to 19 because I know it was historic. Even 20. When they can play the way that they want to play, they're not calling a lot of true straight drop back passes. It's a lot of play action. It's a lot of movement stuff. Guys aren't having to hold up one-on-one for a super long time. They're at least selling run or they're moving. They're moving the pocket in some kind of way. So I think that can help him.
So this
straight drop back stuff, then that's different.
So they're really moving to the zone scheme, like zone stretch with JK and
just might.
They have to. Like you can't.
It's gonna help you with Lamar getting him really good looks on the outside and bootlegs and things on that sort.
We'll see. We'll see how flexible G-Rose is.
But
he's been that guy everywhere he's been.
But this screams you need a veteran running back. Like screams. You need a veteran who can pass protect.
You get Devontae Freeman back, probably.
Stop it.
I'm just saying.
Stop it.
If you
I'm gonna light you on fire.
Latavius Murray? You get him back.
Jaguars traded with
He couldn't pass protect when he was here.
Nah, you don't want him. Freeman might be the guy.
Jaguars traded with the Bucks. Is that what you said?
Yep. And there goes Jermaine Johnson. Finally.
Jets.
Yeah. Jets.
Yep.
Made sense.
Makes sense.
I like it. They're having a good draft.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Jets and the Giants, both are New York teams. I like what they did in the first round.
I mean, they also got 3 first-rounders at Jets. So they got these guys locked in 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely helps. Have those picks. Yeah, so if you knew that the Ravens were going to come out of this first round with Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum, you probably wouldn't be upset, right? You'd be all right with it.
That doesn't even seem real.
The positional value folks are going to be out in full force.
Yeah. Safety and a center.
Safety and a center.
They're not going to love it.
Build them down the middle.
They're not going to love it. But if you look, I mean, you guys probably remember this better than me. But if you go back and you look at, okay, well, you got Jermaine Johnson. I was going to say, if you go back and look on who was on the board at those picks, okay, the Jermaine Johnson people are going to be pissed. There's no question about that.
And Booth, I think, is the other big one.
Yeah,
I'm a Jermaine Johnson guy, and I'm not pissed. I mean, I like the haul that they got. I can't complain at all about it.
Yeah, I mean, like Cole said it. I mean, Hamilton was BPA. I mean, that's what he was at that pick.
Yeah.
He's the best player there. Can't be upset about that. Linderbaum, I mean, look, people are going to make that argument about Linderbaum. That's just how it's going to be. People are going to say you could have had Johnson, you could have had whatever. People are going to do that.
Hamilton was what, 3 on Daniel Jeremiah's big board?
Yeah.
He's up there.
I mean, this is another way of looking at it. It's very possible to see how both Kyle Hamilton and Tyler Linderbaum have all-pro upside. Like, that's not ridiculous to say.
Yeah.
If you do a big board and you leave scheme out of it, you could have those two as top 15 players in this draft, and they got both of them. That's not ridiculous to say.
Yeah.
I'd actually let's go check the beast. I wonder where Brugler had both of them on
He
his
had
board.
Kyle Hamilton a 6 and Lindenbaum 19.
on who?
That's the
Brugler.
beast.
So what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, both two best players at their positions. I think
Mhm.
most people, even Jeremiah, Brugler, whoever, most people say these guys are the two best guys at their position.
So what do you guys think about the wide? What do they do with wide receiver now?
I'd trade up for
any
Pickens.
angst?
I would just straight up trade up. Get 3 first-round picks. I don't care. They have the ammo.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Devo.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's a veteran. I think it's either Debo or Jarvis Landry with Pickens.
Yeah,
I do think my preferred model would be to go with a vet, but it's just though you're down to a list of 2 or 3 guys that are going to come in and give you day one starting level play. Jarvis fits the offense, though, I think.
Because if you're playing a game tomorrow and you're going 11 personnel, is Bateman, probably Duvernay, and Wallace / Prochet. So you're going to bring somebody else in here, one way or the other.
And like if you play week 1, OBJ may not be that option, right? Like if he still has to recover, if he's going to start the summer on PUP. So, I mean, It depends. Is Jarvis Landry an outside option? Is he more of a slot in this offense? It's tough to say.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a slot guy pretty much his whole career. Not to say he couldn't play outside, but I mean that's where he's made his money on the inside. And then, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do there. I mean, I don't think you obviously there's the value that you get in making that move. I mean, you get 23 for Hollywood. I mean, obviously I get that, but you've also got to have a plan, at least something in mind for what you think you're going to do at wide receiver.
You would hope so.
Yeah.
What do you think of Will Fuller?
He's still out there?
Yeah, that's right. He's still out there. Yeah.
He can run when he's healthy. Ain't no question about that. When he's healthy, he can run. We've seen him put up some crazy games in fantasy when he's healthy. That dude, he can go off in some games, but he misses a lot of time.
There, Gully Squad's out here looking for MC Love. Bring back
Hey, Gully, I feel you.
This was funny. Let's call the Steelers, see what
They're bringing all my guys back. They're bringing them all back home. Bring them all back. All the special teams juggernauts. Bring them all back. We'll have the best damn gunners in the league. I promise you that.
So the Bucks traded 27th, and the Jaguars traded 33, 106, 180.
I wonder who Jacksonville is going up for.
What was that trade again? Sorry.
It was Bucks traded 27, Jaguars traded 33, 106, and 180.
Could this be like Dean or Lloyd to replace Jack?
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
We'll be there.
I know it's a broken record, but it's 100% on JJ. So.
Stack that evidence.
I just like the new charts and the new trade evaluators that send out, oh, they got robbed. It's like, no, that's not how it. I can make up a chart too and say that they got robbed, but
why do you think they keep using it? Just because everybody's always used it?
because they're a bunch of old guys that don't know any better. Like seriously, yeah, that's why these guys are. It took coaches long enough to start changing, like 4th down play calls and things like that. Like these are. You would think that they would have analysts in there telling you, but I think it's also just really hard to measure. Like that's the other thing. Like there are so many confounding variables, like the team that they go to, how good you are at drafting players. Like like Cole was talking earlier on Twitter, like he's a great evaluator, so he's okay moving up versus other evaluators. They don't want to move up and stuff. So I think it's all the confounding variables that make it really hard. So
Good question here for you, Dan.
shouldn't it slide a bit with the depth of this draft? Again, I don't think the JJ chart won't change, but teams should be looking to trade back more because they should think that they can get more value with the later picks. So the chart won't change, but the trades, which we saw in the beginning, they did. Trades, people were underpaying to trade up. But then as we got later in, outside of the first 10, then it just went pure JJ after that. So
I would say talent is driving that for sure.
Yep.
They took Devin Lloyd.
You called it.
Damn, my God.
That's okay though.
You called it when they lost Jack.
So that's a culture change right there. When you got Trayvon and then Devin Lloyd.
Yes, sir.
do you
That's
think
two dogs right there.
Other edges?
Oh
There's
yeah,
so many edge players.
yeah. They got
Josh
Kayvon,
Allen down there. Josh Allen is nasty.
Josh Allen.
So they
And
can,
the Chazon, right? That's the other guy.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Kayvon, he's down there.
This draft went fast.
It did go fast. Yeah.
Like it's only been 3 hours.
It was boring at first, but then business picked up.
Yeah.
Business
So you think
definitely
the-
picked up.
You think the Packers are going to take a wide receiver here?
No. They're
No.
not
tackle.
gonna take one. They're gonna take a running back.
He tackled.
Kicker.
The punter? That'd be great.
My guess is your boy Pickens. That's my guess. I think they've got to go wide receiver at some point.
You would think so.
So he can whip out a water bottle and fake pee on Patrick Peterson.
The Packers doing Aaron Rodgers like Smokey Mama did him on Friday when she tried to send him to the store with not enough money. This ain't even enough.
Make it enough.
Hey, you wanted that contract. This is how it's going to be, man. Devontae's gone.
Here's another veteran wide receiver I got for you guys. What about Deshaun Jackson?
He's still
run.
Is he still playing?
Kinda.
He'll have a dynamite week 1, and everyone will blow the foul on him.
I'm just trying to replace a deep threat, and I think he does.
He's like Sammy that way. Sammy, he'll come out first couple games, and then he's gonna be done about the halfway mark.
I mean, he did technically play 13 games last year.
Technically. I told you, 13 and a possible.
Yep, 13 impossible.
This is what Sammy had. That's what he gave.
Never mind. Deshaun only had 200 yards last year. Never mind. That's not good enough.
Who was he playing for?
He played for the Rams. No, he played
Yeah.
for the Rams.
Yeah, he
and the
played for the
Raiders.
Rams. Yeah. He was playing like 17 snaps a game for the Rams.
Packers pick is in.
I bet he can still run now. That dude looked like he.
Oh yeah, yeah. He gonna be able to run forever.
And the Packers continue to hate Aaron Rodgers.
Hey Dan, from 45, how much would it cost in JJ to move up to 32?
You hear the plays coach said he didn't see.
Ooh,
There he
damn
is.
Garnett. Damn Garnett.
Man,
He's a 3,000.
Let me get some of that.
Garnett, I will submit your $100 donation to the Wounded Warriors Foundation. I'll submit it tomorrow. A deal is a deal.
I should have bet with him. Damn.
Yeah, I owe Mike some money too.
I feel like a chump. I only made $10.
Oh, Mike so much. But I told you I'll be happy to give it to you if he's the pick later on.
Yeah. I just like betting on unlikely stuff. I love betting on the stuff that people think is unlikely. Everybody, it's not gonna. I love it. I just love betting, especially if I can get odds. You guys wouldn't give me any odds, but I love betting on that stuff.
So Cole, moving from 45 to 32 would take a 90, the 90th pick.
Which we don't have because we traded it for the Hollywood move up.
Correct. We do not have the 100, but if we did 110 and 119,
throw them all.
I thought we had the hundreds though.
We traded that with
Arizona.
We had the 100 with Arizona. Gave it to Arizona. So
that's at the draft party.
Oh, gotcha.
Don't tell Lamar that either, though.
100 sitting over there in the corner in the draft party.
I mean, if you throw
the 110 and a fourth in there, you should be good to go.
2 fourths is enough. So
go get George Pickens and a 5th-year option. Who cares?
You know what somebody just put out on the timeline? That they don't necessarily believe
that it was about Linderbaum pick.
That it was about Hollywood already being in Arizona at the party.
Right. It was about the Linderbaum?
No, that what they're alluding to is they think that it's about Hollywood already being at the Arizona party where Lamar's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so he was like me, like couldn't believe that he was actually at the party.
Right, yeah.
I still can't believe it.
Boy, been lying to him for the last 2 weeks. Why you ain't catching balls? Why you ain't catching balls? Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing that.
You want to practice? No.
Guarantee that was that's
Lamar, like you used to be beautiful, baby. What happened?
Hollywood hit him with the Magic Johnson. I'm not gonna be there.
Oh. Damn.
What? Taking the quarterback?
No. No, I don't know why, but my thing just refreshed. I don't even know who the Packers pick is yet, but I have the next pick already for whatever reason.
And that's New England.
It is a doozy. I'm gonna just let you know that right now. It's nobody that we've spoken about ever.
Yeah, I just saw
what is going on here.
It's like I haven't seen it yet. What is this?
A shocking pick, like legit.
Yo,
K-Mo, you know I hear that all the time that me and Lamar are the same guy. So. I want to see.
I know you're not going to tell me the player, but who's it? Oh, so it was New England. New England made the shocking pick.
Yeah, so the Packers picked Devontae Wyatt.
Okay. Yep, don't like Aaron.
So they went linebacker, interior defensive line.
Hey.
Okay, that's fine.
That is such a troll move. Like they're not even trying anymore.
Yes, I am inoculated. I have been inoculated.
I'm still looking for the Patriots pick.
It is crazy.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Huh.
They pick a running back?
No.
They took an ugly football player, that's for sure.
Oh no. I should know who that is based on that.
I think Bill Belichick's getting senile.
That dog just picked a crazy pick, huh?
Oh, Calais Campbell just responded to Lamar's tweet and said it's a crazy business, shaking my head.
Yeah.
Ooh, so maybe
it's got to be that Hollywood was already out there.
Yeah, the little fella was being sneaky.
Yeah.
They didn't, yeah. He probably didn't.
Oh, wow. New England really just don't care.
Even Willie Snead just tweeted it's a ruthless business.
Well,
see if Willie's available. Willie'll come play
at the party.
I don't understand. It's not a ruthless business if the wide receiver wanted to go there. Like it's not like we traded him and took the sheet out from under him or whatever. Like he wanted to go there.
and
I'm
traded
so
him to his
confused right
boy.
now. I cannot donate to the
Didn't
Wounded
tell you he
Warriors
was at the
Project.
draft party. That would be.
I think Lamar is personally hurt because
Yeah.
Marquise Brown was telling him I'm your boy, and he really wasn't his boy at any point.
Yeah, he didn't get an invite to the party either.
He
did
had
not.
eyes. He had eyes for the guy that he could see eye to eye with.
He just wants more balls so he can get that money.
Yeah.
He gonna get plenty of them out there.
Well, he's gonna get it now. You don't trade a first rounder.
That's for
And not
damn
sign
sure.
him.
Now, if Kyler can stay healthy, I mean, they're gonna throw the ball. No question about that.
And you got D-Hop to take away some of that, those looks that Hollywood would get. It'll be freed up a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah, he gonna put up some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
If he can catch it.
Shit, you act like he dropped every ball that they threw to him.
He dropped every important ball that went his way.
He dropped a bunch of them in Detroit. He dropped that one in the Rams game, maybe two.
He dropped one in Denver
This list
before
is
he
getting long.
caught that one and hit him in the face mask.
Hey, but he caught it. Come on. Well, look. Water under
Don't
the
get me
bridge.
started on Andrews.
What? Okay, hey. Water under the bridge. Hollywood's gone. We're moving forward.
Don't get me started on the other one.
We're moving forward. Hey, they already paid him. There's nothing you can say. Andrews is here. He's been paid, so there's nothing you can
He still hasn't caught anything yet.
I know you don't like Mark. I know you have.
He's had golden opportunities to prove me wrong.
May 2022. This will be the season. This one he'll do it.
Okay.
All right.
Garnett got that champagne out, don't he?
I just made my donation. I had to make it to the Canadian Wounded Warriors Project, but it's the same idea.
You would think he won the lottery. I mean, he won the Powerball.
I mean, hey, with as much as he loved Linderbaum, he might as well have won the lottery.
He is so excited about it. But hey, 3,000. That ain't nothing to sneak at.
Yes, sir.
That's a nice little come up.
Yeah.
Taxes is a whole cocaine hell of a drug.
Why did I bet $5 damn? What's wrong with me?
What?
Made some money, man.
Was it for? It was 5 or 10.
It was 5 each.
Okay.
Yeah. I just felt like they were going to pick him because it was just too much Iowa stuff, all the Yonda stuff and the Iowa stuff. I was like, they're going to pick this dude. They love this dude. It was too much going on there. I didn't know where. That's why I didn't want to pick around. I was just like, I'll take him somewhere in the draft.
You could have said any player, and I would have taken it because I just like having the field.
Yeah, it's a smarter bet. I mean, it's a smart money.
Not today.
Well, that's the thing about the unlikely stuff. You're going to lose way more than you win. But if you put down a big enough bet, you don't need a lot of hits. You need a couple of them.
Wow.
I didn't.
All right, I already saw the Chiefs pick.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna send you the money now, Mike.
I'm still on tape delayed NFL Network. I'm not saying anything. Oh, no rush. Take your time.
No, I just sent it because I will forget it.
You know, Dev's the one I'm going to have to chase down. Dev, if you're listening, don't run from me.
Hey, if you want to send me back my 5, I'll go pat him down for 10 when I see him on Saturday.
Look, I'm going to get your 5 and his 5 and immediately send it to Kerry.
Yeah, that's right. I should have just sent it right to Kerry.
He's going to take it week 1 when we play immediately.
I can't find the original tweet where I committed to a donation.
But you've already donated, right?
Yeah, I just want to. I like to be transparent.
Ask Garnett. We'll find it for you.
Have you guys seen the Patriots pick yet?
I still have it.
I saw it.
I mean, we're not announcing Ravens pick, so I mean, it's probably fine.
I saw the Chiefs pick too.
Are you guys good with the Patriots pick?
What was it?
It was odd.
Very odd.
Cole Strange.
What?
Yeah.
I love Cole Strange, but holy shit.
Cold.
Didn't
That's
see him as
crazy.
a first rounder. I didn't see that coming.
Mm.
Hey, Chattanooga got academic All-American 6 years in a row. Pretty impressive.
On the Van Wilder plan.
Pretty impressive.
Wow.
That's just as weird as trading Shaq Mason for a bag of chips.
Yep.
Bill is just a different kind of cat.
So Chargers Chiefs open up Sunday night. Open up on Prime Network, September 15th.
Oh man.
Oh, damn. Okay.
That's gonna be nice.
September 15th.
Thursday night.
Chargers got some dudes who get after the quarterback now. Mac, Bosa, they got some dudes. Yeah, nice game. Cole Strange. I did not see that coming.
That is strange. Yes.
I did not see that.
Who do you think the Bengals will take?
That's what I was just thinking. I was just thinking about that.
Goodberry
Maybe-
said they're targeting Logan Hall.
Oh, if he says that, I mean, he's about as plugged in as anybody.
They've addressed their O-line. They lost Ogunjobi, right? He's still out there
Yeah.
because he didn't have his physical. Bears and
I like Daxton Hill there too.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one too.
Can anyone lend me $100? Banco Garnett.
The Bengals always draft players I like. For years, they're drafting.
Who did they pick? I missed it.
We don't know yet.
I don't know who.
They're
they are.
next. Did you see?
Oh,
Kansas
sorry,
City?
guys. I gotta
You
focus.
see, hey Mike, you still scoring touchdowns over there?
Is that who they took? I might be. Did they take him?
The Chiefs took Karlaftis.
Oh, okay.
That's a good pick for them.
They went defense.
I think
Oh,
that
yeah,
everyone
yeah, they
expected that. They
Yeah.
kind of wide receiver, but
I thought
They
they'd
must
go
feel
wide
like they can
receiver.
get some guys in the. Yeah, I mean, because they had 2 seconds. I know they had 2 seconds and 2/3. I don't know if they traded any of those.
Let me look.
Did not. They might feel like they can still get somebody. Christian
I
Watson
still-
still out.
I think they had 2 seconds and 2/3 still.
Okay. Yeah. So they must feel like they can probably get a wide receiver somewhere.
Oh no, 1/3.
Okay. They traded one of their thirds. Probably.
I guess.
Good for him. All those guys that are sitting there, I like to see them go in the first round. It sucks to have to sit there and not get picked.
sweaty suit. Tyler Linderbaum.
I know. It didn't seem
Interesting.
probable. But I think that's only because we were all thinking about it at 14. And people were like, I don't see it at 14. But I think a lot of people felt like, if they do it later.
I think we talked about this the other day because someone asked me, I think it was the mock draft was trading back for 22 and 28. And so it was like, do you like this? And I was like, I don't hate it, but I mean, you got to have concerns.
Oh,
Like
Lamar clarified. He said it's not about my new center. Stop that BS.
It's
Get that shit out.
No, if you thought it was that, you're ridiculous.
about
Yeah.
the draft party.
Right.
It's about the
It's by
party,
his
like,
his best friend lying to his ass.
Oh. Someone just got me good on a screenshot. It was when I was on the phone and they took a screenshot of me on the phone in the stream and it says hashtag call God. That was a good one. Taylor's good. He's the EDC burner guy.
Linderbaum, man, I just kept seeing Yonda. That's the only reason why I made the bet, because I was like, look, because this was like when they picked Dobbins, and I kept telling Chris and Kerry that. I said, look, this is Ray Rice all over again. That spot where they picked him, I said, this is the Ray Rice pick. They had just signed Willis McGahee the year before, right? Why would you go pick Ray Rice? It was the same thing with Dobbins. You brought Ingram in the year before, then you go out and get that. So I saw the same thing with Yonda. Yonda came in, he was undersized, right? Didn't look like a guy who was good. And I was like, this is they have this like corporate memory. Because Ozzy's there. Ozzy's been there forever. Obviously, DeCosta's been there.
Has there ever been a draft bust out of Iowa on their O-line? Ever? Even Alaric Jackson, who was like super unathletic, came out and looked pretty good last year. I don't know. They know how to breed them.
Probably not a bust. Maybe some guys who maybe didn't play, up to what people thought, but probably not a bust. I mean, all those guys are like decent, I think, for the most part. Karlaftis, he looks like a football player. There's no question. He definitely looks like a football player, or maybe a water polo player. I don't know what water polo players look like. Maybe that's what they look like.
They look like short arm tryhards.
Scoring touchdowns. Well, that's the end of that. We'll have to. Chris is talking, but he's on mute. I can't hear you.
My bad. I'm really happy with the first round. Like, I like it. I like the players. I mean, I wasn't a huge Linderbaum fan. I didn't see this generational talent. When we say generational, that's, putting the bar up for Quentin Nelson. He's not Quentin Nelson. I think he's a good player. But at 25, I love the pick. Like, and then, you got Hamilton too, who's arguably a top 5 player in this draft. Like, and you get him at 14. I'm happy with this draft.
Is Linderbaum Jason Kelsey?
That's the comp.
That's the outlier of all outliers. So we'll see.
I can only, what's funny? Not once in any conversation about Tyler Linderbaum have I mentioned his short arms, because I just don't give a fuck. He plays with his hand skill is insane. Like, his hands land heavy and they land precise with force. So it's all going to be, I think the key thing with him is how's he going to hold up in pass protection against some of the monster one techs he's going to see when he has to go one-on-one. But, I mean, motherfucker took down Tristan Wirfs in the high school senior championship, so he's a battler.
Because Makari become the 6th man. He's a super sub. That who he is.
So do you need what do you do at tackle? You get a dev tackle now, I guess?
I would.
Get a Rasheed Walker. What a perfect situation for Walker. He needs a ton of work. You get him
like Kerry says, insurance for your insurance. We saw what happened last year. Never again.
They have the spot. They need the draft too. So
if that's the case, I better see 4 corners taken in the 4th round.
Hey, they could take 6 now.
Do it.
Every pick in the third, 4th round better be a corner.
Roll those dudes out. There's still a lot of those dudes left too, and I mean, there's every kind of corner you could want in this draft. You want tall guys that can run. You want shiftier, smaller, quicker guys who can play inside. They got all kinds of guys left at corner in this draft.
We're only 3 taken.
Yeah,
is that right?
There's a lot of flavors. We got Andrew Booth still there. There's a lot of guys there. Cam Taylor Britt.
4 were taken. Elam.
Yeah.
Stingley, Gardner, Duffy.
Deontay Taylor, Josh Williams, Tariq Woolen, Akeem Evans. I mean, you got all kind of guys. Jalen Armour Davis.
Marcus Jones.
Just keep rattling off names. You got all kinds of dudes you can take. Roger McCreary. Somebody likes Roger McCreary. All right. So he's out there.
Yes, sir.
If you're into that.
Kyler Gordon. There we go. Forgot one.
Yeah.
Thank you, K-Mo.
Popular pick at 45. I saw him in a lot of mocks. Saw Kyler Gordon at 45. a lot of Ravens mock drafts.
Bengals took Daxton Hill.
There you go.
Yeah, you called that one, Chris.
Yeah, one of y'all said, yeah. Told you. They just pick players I like. They always pick players.
Daxton Hill fits what they do
Yeah.
to a T. You can put him right next to whatchamacallit, Bates.
I was going to say, you're going to play opposite Bates?
Yeah.
I don't know who their other.
Isn't it Von Bell?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
So they're going 3 safeties.
Yeah, I like that pick for them. I mean, I hate it for the Ravens, but that's a good fit.
Well,
Look at Justice. Justice Hill is there.
Where? He's at draft party? Arizona?
He was
That's good.
So does this just move? Like, is Brandon Stevens now just your slot corner? Because I feel better. I feel better about that. Like, they need depth. They need outside corner depth.
I think you get one. I think you get one, but I think he goes in as the pencil-in starter at nickel.
Which is not bad.
Especially that you got Kyle Hamilton now, that you don't have to worry about the deep half with Marcus Williams. So now you can use Brandon Stevens as more of, I mean, he could be that rover type.
Sure.
And be the chess piece that you need to make it work. I mean, Chuck Clark is good, but Chuck won't give you the flexibility that Brandon Stevens can give you.
Exactly.
He did a little bit of everything last year.
Yeah.
He played nickel, he played safety, he played outside, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
And did not hurt
matchup guy.
Yeah.
Sure. You go to Las Vegas and you got to play Waller. Hey, you got Waller today.
Yeah, he made a nice play against Waller. He
got burned the first couple times, but after that, he settled in with Waller.
Yeah, he had some good reps on the outside against Claypool too.
Yeah.
Third running back.
Going back to his roots.
Vikings.
He told USC like deuces.
Third running back. And I guess Justice Hill was really in that Arizona draft party.
Damn. Another safety.
Was it Lewis Cine?
Yes, sir.
Damn, I like Cine.
I like Lewis Cine a lot.
Yeah.
I think he was so underrated and miscasted in this draft. Like,
man, there's a lot of good players left.
A lot. And a lot of the Ravens draft needs.
Get up from 76. Get 2 of them. So going into day 2, and then we'll wrap up because I know everyone's exhausted. But going into day 2, what's the biggest need? Is it still pass rusher? Is it corner? What do you guys think? I guess the question is it pass rusher because the Hamilton addition, Stevens in the slot makes you feel a little bit better at corner? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would go pass rusher. But I think so. The cornerback that I love is Andrew Booth. So do I go with what I think is a more pressing need, or do I go with the better player? In my opinion, I mean, it depends. Do they have Arnold Ebiketie higher than Andrew Booth? Are Andrew Booth's medicals, that much to scare off teams? I don't know. I'm basically being a coward. I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta think corner's still up there, right? You think corner's still up there? Defensive line, because they know they need to get younger up there. Whether you want to throw edge into that as well, just into that entire group. But I think those would probably be the 2 at the top. And then we talked about wide receiver with them moving Hollywood. Is that something that they look to do in the draft? Is it they look to move, make a move for a veteran guy, which I think they will. I mean, Cole brought that up. I don't think there's any question they'll bring in a veteran guy at some point. It's just a matter of who will that be? Will they go after a big time vet, or will it be more of a role player type vet that they maybe had over the last couple of years? So that's what I would say: cornerback, D-line, wide receiver.
Is Chris Harris still any good? I know he's a free agent.
Isn't Bryce Callahan still out there too?
Yep, he's a corner. He's a free agent too.
So a couple true slot guys they could add to kind of solidify that.
I mean, thinking about it, the rumor that was out there before may even make a little bit more sense now. Bradbury and Tony. If you can swing a package deal, you got Tony. If you're willing to take that chance, he's still on the rookie scale deal. Bradbury, you still have those levers you can pull as far as restructuring a couple guys and trying to get an extension with him. That is a lot to as far as money to put into the secondary, but that would be a nasty unit, man.
Yeah.
We know about Denard. Pick 6 corners.
I think they're in a position in the way they've understood their roster, particularly in the safety side, that using Brandon Stevens as the move piece allows you now to be flexible in the sense of maybe going to get that wide receiver early in the second round, or you're going to pull the trigger with that second rounder and go get a Debo or Terry McLaurin or somebody else we may not know that's available.
Makes you wonder, like, is that James Bradbury trade in play? Like, as much as a wide receiver trade could be in play, is Bradbury in play?
I don't know. I just don't see that.
Or is Bradbury going to get cut?
Money.
And do they know that Bradbury's going to get cut and they've just stayed patient?
He's not going to be on the roster.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it.
Giants roster when the season starts. I don't know how it goes down, whether they cut him or trade him or what, but he's not.
Because then you get into an interesting scenario where you got Peters, Humphrey, Bradbury, then you got Washington. Maybe you add a Callahan. Like, you just got options to really move around where you need them.
What do they have? The 13th pick in the second round?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay.
With the ammo to move up to probably Chicago for sure because they're lacking picks.
They can move anywhere they want.
Yeah.
In the second and third round. Move up as much as they want.
Right now, behind those 3 guys we talked about, between MP, Marlon, and Brandon Stevens, you got Kayvon Seymour, Robert Jackson, Kevin Tolliver, Imam Marshall. I don't think he's played the snap.
DaCosta just said probably one of the best centers we've ever seen, or we've seen coming out in a long time on Linderbaum.
Nice.
So you guys had mentioned, that he struggles against, or could struggle against the big nose tackles. But didn't the AFC North actually lose quite a few of them this offseason? I feel like we lost the other teams lost some of their big nose tackles. Or am I just making that up?
I mean, the only one that really still has one is the Steelers.
To it?
Yeah.
They got
what about?
Isn't DJ Reader on the?
Yeah, DJ Reader's on the Bengals.
Yeah,
he's in the Bengals. He's got a younger dude too. He's the guy that's why they moved on for Hargrave. They didn't pay him. I guess they knew he was going to get priced out, but they got a young guy who plays nose for them, who's decent, but he's not like a hulking.
It's not even so much just noses; it's just bigger, physical D tackles are going to be tough to. Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, and I say this about you guys have heard me say this about O-line prospect. I've said this about Zach Tom. I've said this about Salyer. I have when you're a battler, and I mean a true battler. Everyone's a battler, technically, but like a true battler, the way McCarry battles in a sets, you just find ways to win. And Linderbaum has that to him in pass protection. He like there's games like he's that nose tackle in Wisconsin. He just out leveraged him and literally flipped him right onto his back, and that guy was like 325 pounds. So I mean, if you are a battler, you'll find ways to win. It's like it's an intangible, it's not measurable, but he has it. So I mean, that's going to help him for sure. But then it's like put Jordan Davis and Linderbaum in a trench fight against one another. And how's that going to go? And is that going to become a problem against guys like that at the NFL level?
Yeah. And I think, like I said, if you got to take a straight drop back pass set 1-on-1, you don't get any help from your guards, and yeah, you could probably see some issues there. But if you're working off a play action where guys got to at least respect the run first before they can get into their rush. If you do want to do, more zone concepts, more wide zone type concepts in your run game, get Jordan Davis moving. I mean, yeah, he can run. We saw he can run, but if you gotta pick your poison, I'd rather get him moving than have him trying to run through him. So get him moving.
DaCosta just said Brown asked for a trade and was unhappy in Baltimore. So There it is, right out of him.
There you go.
That's fantastic that they got such good value for it. Like you couldn't ask for better value than what they got. Like,
and I think that situation is great too, because when Mike brought it up a couple of months ago, it was like, all right, but the business side, it makes sense. But then the human aspect of it is like, how would Lamar take it? But with Hollywood asking for it, that kind of clears all of that out. And you don't have to worry about, would Lamar be mad if you trade his boy? And I was like, all right, he wanted out of here.
No, but now people are going to say, is Lamar going to want to play in an offense that receivers don't want to be in?
Well,
and then
the other interesting thing to me is I want to hear from Hollywood. We're hearing from one side. Did he ask for a trade?
He's busy. He's at
I mean, if you had the draft party already, you already answered that question.
Supports that for sure. He got his ass out of here early.
You're there with your boy. He's your friend. You hang out with your boy. I'm just there because it's my boy.
And they introduce you?
Well, that came later.
Okay. I mean, they introduced you before they introduced the draft pick.
You pulled a Za'Darius move, right? And that was Za'Darius did? No, we didn't have a deal in place. No, there was no deal in place. What were they talking about? Pulled a Za'Darius move. You just deny it. No, I didn't ask for a trade. They traded me.
A lot of that nonsense is leaving the Ravens team, which is I like the most.
I could totally see him being unhappy with, his role in this offense. I can see that. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Well, when Andrews is number one.
I mean, look, I keep saying it. It's not a knock on Lamar because I think he's gotten better at it each year. But if you had to be honest about it, you would say coming out and even in his time in the league, in terms of throwing the ball, what's his weaknesses? Throwing outside the numbers and throwing the deep ball. Right? He's gotten better at them. But you would still say, if you had to say what's his weaknesses as a thrower, those would be the throws. And where does Hollywood kind of make his money in terms of running routes? Outside the numbers and in the deep ball. So, I can see why he might be unhappy. And it's a run first offense. So I get it. He wants to get paid. He sees all these wide receivers getting paid, and I get it.
It's crazy. Arizona put themselves in a spot though. That means they've got to pay him.
Yeah, you have to.
Man, it would have been tough for me to pay top market value for Hollywood.
Especially with AJ Brown out there. Like, seriously?
And increasing what the value was. I think the Ravens are going to be on the phone for those wide receivers. Terry McLaurin, guys like that. I think that's it's a nice spot to be in where they've got a full day now to kind of get on the phone and see what's out there. So,
well, I'd say that about wraps it for day one. So everyone in the chat, thank you guys so much for coming out. I think we might be back here tomorrow for this. I don't know. We'll see. But I think we had a blast. Very active chat. We really appreciate you guys. So if that's it for us, that went fast. It felt good. It's only 11:45. So I end the broadcast now. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Peace out, everyone.